Okay. So, the group of you four have been traveling through the woods, and in your last session, made your way up to your final destination. The Gnarlroot Sanctum lays in front of you, and the door has just opened. And as the four of you gather, right before stepping inside, something happens. You notice that Aldrin immediately falls to the ground. He doesn't look like he's wounded, but instead in a deep sleep. And I'd like the rest of you to please make a perception check.
Alrighty.
That would be a 16.
Okay, that'll work. Let's see what we
Look
get
at
here.
you. Look at you
I
with your
drank
bad
a little
self.
too much
Rolling
last
with
night,
fire.
so I mean,
Oh, I have to probably pick a color, right? Alright, let's do this.
Maybe.
It's already on a 20, so big money, no whammies.
it's a solid one.
Wow. Perception check will be a 12.
Okay. Both of you notice that as Aldrin falls over, he's not wounded or anything, but Lotho, you see something peculiar. It looks like there's almost like a toothpick in the side of Aldrin's head. And upon closer inspection, you see a little bit of color. It's actually a tiny, tiny arrow, about like an inch long, that's like stuck into the side of him, and he looks like he's completely passed out. And then a moment later, as you notice this, you see that Verth too falls asleep next to you all.
Oh shit,
Oh,
it's those
Cupid
tiny
found
dudes from when he jumped on that bush.
You know what?
I told him.
I was gonna be mad, but the fucker had it coming to him, alright?
Oh yeah.
Here, can we just make
Yep.
sure he's alive, and then I could probably kick him a few times?
Do we have to?
At that point, the two of you black out.
Damn it.
Oh.
Now,
Stuck it.
those of you who are playing your own characters, you'll be waking just fine. But before we do that, Billy, you're playing somebody new, right?
I am.
Tell me about this character.
His
Who
name
is he or she? What do they look like? That kind
Right,
of thing.
it's a guy. He's in pretty ornate and highborn attire. He's
Like
fairly young,
like a nobleman.
kind of exactly, yeah.
Okay.
But they're more an Arcanist robes. And this is Marius Lacroix,
Uh-oh.
a sorcerer with a draconic bloodline. Yeah, got some little red action going on in his eyes, a bit of a fiery personality, but overall he looks kind of like your run-of-the-mill, maybe a kind of like one of those full-time students that a noble class might see, who's very prim and proper and well-dressed.
Okay. So, what would you be doing before winding up in the adventuring life? Would you be perhaps like a studious student working to advance their knowledge of the arcane, or are you already traveling in a caravan, or like what is your guy up to in the last leg of his life here? The
Right.
most recent bit?
So right now, after a bit of a temper tantrum back at where he was raised, which is, I forget the name of it, the place south of Novaria that's at war with them right now.
Oh,
Aurelium?
Aurelium, right. So he comes from Aurelium, and with a bit of a temper tantrum with one of the other nobles, his sorcerer's power kind of reared its ugly head, and he killed someone.
is he a wild magic guy?
No, he's
Okay,
not.
he's draconic.
It's just
That
he wasn't
sounds
familiar of it. Unfortunately, with that person dead, his family was still in very high regard, so he wasn't executed, but he was asked to politely leave for about 10 years and get his shit under control before coming back and reclaiming his title. So right now his title is forfeit, and he's looking for opportunities to just kind of use his powers and unleash them, and he finds great pleasure in doing that. So he's not really interested in the origin or what it's about. He's just more looking for a target to blast right now. And
Like he's in that first phase where he hasn't figured out what to do with his temper, and he's just trying to
kind
burn
of like a
off steam.
13-year-old who discovered their first erection. Exactly. He's just beating it off and seeing what happens.
Someone's like, yeah, so Google Images works like this. He's like, oh shit, nigger.jpg.
So right now he's very much in his kind of teenage sorceress days, where he's just looking for targets. He's kind of indiscriminate about it. and counting down the days until he can reclaim his title and hopefully continue pissing off the people that outcast him originally.
Okay, so it's early on in your exile, and given the circumstance, your noble house has afforded you some goods. You've been allowed to leave with proper clothing that looks quite nice and some other amenities. You have with you, a pouch of gold, and you've even been granted a riding horse to take with you. And this has become useful twofold. One of which because it really helps for getting around, and the other because nobody else really wants to take you. And given that you've been exiled, other businesses, even simple couriers and whatnot, have declined your request to ferry you from one place to another. So as a lone rider, you stepped out and went onto the road. And it's only been maybe a few days now that you've been out on the road that during one chance encounter, you wandered off the road to go and take a piss in a nearby bush, and then as you were turning back to head towards your horse, your vision fell apart and you blacked out. So at this point, you begin to wake. And as you do, you find that you are in a beautiful clearing. And this clearing has pine trees which are erected almost like in a circular fashion around this clearing. There's some nice grasses that blow in the wind ever so gently, but you're not alone. There's two short folk who are also close to you. Nearly 5 feet away there lies the body of a dwarf in heavy armor who reeks of alcohol and other strange smells that cannot register on a human nose. And a bit over to the other side, there's a halfling who is also passed out, and he wears the garb of some sort of robed traveler. He might be a magister or a druid of some sort, and the two of them look like adventurers. They have heavily laden packs with them, and they are waking up as well. As you kind of rub sleep from your eye, they're in the same action. The two of you notice something. As you wake up, you see that Verth is not there, nor is Carrick, and instead there is some humanoid figure here who is dressed in the garb of a noble, and you are seemingly alone in a forest clearing somewhere. What do you guys do?
Search for dryads.
Sure, make a perception check.
Oh shit, I was joking, but let's do this.
This guy.
Balls!
Aldrin, very familiar with the dreamlike state.
Yeah.
He
Well-
found euphoria.
Percent check if I have a boner, then I look for tree people.
Well,
A 12. Looking around, you don't see any dryad, but it's clear that you're not alone. The forest at first glance seemed normal until you realize that there's actually a fair amount of activity going on. And off in the distance, you can see what looks like a troop of deer that are moving. There's a group of 5 or 7 of them which are going by, and other forest creatures. It's almost as though you're in a forest where the fear of humans is non-existent, and the animals don't mind being fairly close to you.
they will once they meet Aldrin's axe and be turned
Yeah,
into
there we go.
rations. Dream rations, but you know, Aldrin doesn't know this.
As you look around, you notice that you have all of your equipment from before. So whatever you had in your inventory and all that jazz is still with you.
Ooh, this would be an awesome time to break out that robe.
All right, I'll like look
Butter
around,
knife.
kind of rub the grog out of my eyes,
Mhm.
like the grogginess, and I'll catch a glimpse of the new Dragonborn guy and be like, "Holy fuck, who the hell are you?"
Who am I? Trying to rape me in these woods? What's wrong
God.
with you?
Damn, what is with these fucking people and their accents?
And I'll kind of just rub my head. It's like, how about
Oh,
that?
no,
I've been
no.
roofied before, but this is something else entirely.
You're telling me this is not the first time me and this fucker over here woke up in the woods with some random dude next to us.
Yeah,
this is
it's
becoming a pattern.
all too...
Is this fucker your servant?
Yes,
No.
yes.
Oh, well then I will address you directly, I guess.
If I'm your servant, you're my bitch.
That's not how this works. Shut up. Don't be insolent. And I slap Aldrin.
Oh shit!
I
As you
unsheath
slap
my
him-
axe and raise him up.
Aldrin pulls out his axe, and the moment that he does, Aldrin, I need you to go ahead and make for me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I bet you got nothing.
Swear to God, I hope I get a 20. Dexter. Fuck.
That's
8.
8, right?
Shut up.
As you go to pull out your axe, there's a sudden rumble, and it happens just as you're grabbing your axe, causing it to fall from your hands down to the ground. All of you feel this. It's like something incredibly large is moving near you, and you notice that one of the trees on the edge of the clearing, its roots exit from the ground, and as it turns around towards you, you can see the form of a mighty treant. It extends larger than the rest of the trees, but was concealed up until the point where it moved. You can watch as, like, portions of bark move away, revealing a vaguely humanoid face, and 2 branches become large arms as well. And he leans over to you and says, "Please be quiet. Sleeping."
Why, yes. Servant, be quiet.
No, we'll not be quiet. Why should we be quiet? Why should we even listen to you at this point? You're making me very aggravated.
Just because if you don't, I will crush you.
Oh,
You can crush the little
okay.
gnome halfling
And I'll
there.
look over to, not making any eye contact to Aldrin. I'll just look over to Lotho and be like, I think that's a fair reason not to piss him off, okay?
Yeah, I would agree.
I say we
Sees the
kill
two
it.
of you acknowledging this, and then he looks finally to you, Aldrin. See what your reaction is.
Because we should kill it.
I'll just be standing behind Aldrin, like smashing my fist into my flat palm. Like, yeah, do it. It's okay.
I draw my axe and I turn around and swing it at Lotho. Alright,
Jesus!
no, I won't do that.
God damn, dude!
Nobody's bitch.
I knew this would be off the rails, but this is accelerating pretty fast.
Dream TPK.
Ooh, if this is a dream, I've heard that, you know, if you're dreaming about yourself, you should actually kill yourself in your dream because apparently it gives you a good, like... I'd have to look it up again, but apparently...
idea.
Excuse me,
But
can
apparently
you
it's
silence?
supposed to be like a
Can you
vision
silence
type
him?
Hey,
I mean,
hey,
unbelievable.
Hey.
He just keeps talking.
this
Yeah, I'll
is
smack him on the
tabletop.
back of his head with my quarterstaff.
I'm going to spin around and smash Lotho to the ground with my shield.
I'll duck out of the way.
As the two of you begin to battle with one another, exchanging cursory blunt strikes with what items you have on you, the treant begins to uproot from its seat there, and one of its heavy trunk-like feet smashes down onto the ground nearby as it starts to wander over. It's maybe 30 feet away, and it's huge. It says, "Silence!"
And I'm just gonna step back slowly away from those two and create as much distance as possible.
Is the massive tree still behind me?
Yeah, it's walking towards the two of you as you're beating
No,
each
not
other
the
up.
not the tree. Like, are we in the just in a grove, or are we like in the
Yeah, so you're in a
same area
clearing
as before?
where around you there's a circle of trees, but where you are all deposited is kind of just like a patch of grass.
Okay, can I like run to the nearest tree and scurry up it?
Okay, sure. So you get up and go and run towards one of the
Yeah.
trees and begin to try and scale it. And Aldrin, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna go laugh, be like, ha, wimp, and then just turn around, face the giant, and I am going to take out my butter knife, and oh wait, no, what am I doing? I'm not gonna take out my butter knife.
Like you already
What
said,
do I
scan it.
have? Shut up! You decided that you want to be a prick. I'm gonna take out one of the shitty long swords
Mm.
and give it to the dude, because you know I'm not gonna lose it. So
Give it to the dude?
What?
the giant tree fucker.
You're gonna give him a longsword.
Yep, a shitty one, in fact.
Okay. The gesture is interpreted strangely. You're not really sure what to expect as you hand this over, but the treant comes towards you, and its incredibly imposing form begins to lean over you as many a pine needle and acorn, or sorry, not acorn, pine cone, like kind of fall down to the ground around you while it's staring down. And one of his hands comes towards you and plucks this sword from your hand, and then snaps it in half. And with his other hand, he holds up a gesture in front of you, a single finger in front of his mouth as he goes, shh. And then, leaving 2 broken pieces of sword on the ground, he turns around and begins to lumber back towards his spot.
Told you guys I could take care of this. Not that difficult. You just gotta know what to do.
For a servant, you
I'm gonna
talk
pick up
quite
that
a lot.
sword, though. Hey, I am not a servant. I am Aldrin, the mighty warrior of Marenheim. I believe that's what it's called.
Right. Okay. Shall we get out of here before the giant tree decides to crush us and make us?
Yeah, I'll have made my way
Nah.
back at this point.
Nah, I think we're good.
I just start turning around and I walk away, thinking these two are fucking crazy.
Fair enough.
Well, Lothos fucking crazy. Aldrin's good.
Okay. So this, your character's human, right? I thought he was human.
I am human.
You're
Yeah.
human, okay.
Whoever called me Dragonborn. Yeah.
Ah, I misunderstood then.
No, it's okay. He's a draconic origin human.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So this human dressed in the regalia of a distinguished noble turns around and begins to leave the clearing.
Huh. I want to stealth behind him. I'm curious about this guy.
Sure.
I'm gonna
I'll
pick
cast
up the
Pass Without a
sword that he
Trace on
broke.
myself.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick up the sword that he broke.
My
Sure.
Passive perception
And
by the way,
not-
is only 10.
Okay. So you have retrieved your broken sword, and I'd like you to go ahead and make a stealth roll for me, Lotho.
Okay, I rolled a 9 plus 1, so that's 10, but with Pass Without a Trace, it's 20.
Okay. You begin to follow behind this human, and your footsteps fall on the ground with a magical silence. Aldrin is back in the clearing. What are you doing, Aldrin? You've retrieved your broken sword. It's in 2 pieces. It's probably not going to be useful for much else.
Well, I'm just gonna melt it down anyways, but I am going to. What am I gonna do? Yeah, I'm gonna go forge some shit, cause you know that's what I do best.
What?
I forge for shit. I kill.
Forge?
Or
Oh,
yeah, I was gonna say
forage.
forge or forage.
Like I thought you were just gonna bust out
Forage.
an anvil in the middle of the forest.
Okay.
Forage.
So,
I'm just gonna forge some stuff.
sure. Make a
Random
survival
roll.
check for me.
Forage. Balls. 8, I believe. No, nope. No, I'm lying. I'm a lying sack of shit. 6.
6. Okay. You wander around and try to find some food, and it's clear there's quite a few animals around, but you find little in terms of other stuff. You manage to get like a snack worth of berries from a bush nearby, which is almost out of season. And meanwhile, you've been wandering for a little bit. Your character's name was
Marius Lacroix.
Arius.
Marius, yeah.
Marius, as you're wandering through the forest here, hoping perhaps to distance yourself from an incredibly large tree and these 2 clearly insane people, notice something. Go
Oh,
ahead and
one
roll a
clearly
perception
insane.
check for me. Don't roll a d8.
Right. Let's say 2.
Okay. There's a commotion up ahead, but you're not sure exactly what it is. It's tough to tell, but there's some sort of noise that's unnatural from further up ahead towards the forest. Or deeper
I'm-
within the forest, I suppose.
I'm gonna be like kind of prepping a spell in my right hand, feeling the warmth kind of lick up my arm as I do so, and I'm gonna saunter forth pretty confidently.
Okay. It seems like your two previous companions have gone to do something else, as they're nowhere to be seen. And alone, you begin to travel towards this portion of the forest to find that the trees actually thin out a little bit. And beyond their reach, you see what looks like a road leading up to a hillside town. There's a little caravan with a couple of horses that draw it, and that seems to be what the commotion is, the sound of clacking wheels bouncing over cobblestone. And there's also a post nearby with a sign on it that reads Jaosin.
Okay, I'll kind of extinguish whatever spell I had, cast Prestidigitation on me to kind of make myself prim and proper, and with kind of an air of arrogance and my chin very up, I'll walk into town.
Sure. So, Lotho, as you follow this man, you see he actually leaves the forest. There's a brief moment where he seems worried and preps a spell, but then puts it away as he steps beyond the forest, and you see what he's seeing. There's a road that is being traveled by a fair number of humans that goes up towards a hilltop town off in the distance, the name of which appears to be Jaosin. There is a post nearby with a little plaque on it by the side of the road. Your companion Aldrin is somewhere behind you. What do you want to do?
I'll continue following the strange character.
Okay. Now, you're very stealthy, given the magical spell you've used. However, if you leave this forest, there will be nowhere to hide. It's just a road in the middle of nowhere, so you won't be able to really sneak up.
Are there a lot of people on the road, or
Indeed.
is it just like,
It's almost as though either this is a trade center at top of the hill, or perhaps there's a carnival in town or something, but there are quite a few people on the road. If you wander out here, you're going to be seen, unless you have some sort of way to hide yourself. You can keep the spell on you for the purpose of maybe silent steps, but, it doesn't work for the other stuff.
Yeah, I'll just see what happens. I'll try and, kind of keep my distance and, duck behind people
Sure.
best I can. Use my small size to hopefully keep myself somewhat
Yeah, put some people in between you
urban.
and this
Yeah,
human.
exactly. Yep.
Sure. Okay. Meanwhile, back in the forest, Aldrin, what are you doing? You've collected a handful of berries to eat. They don't taste too bad. A little bit sweet, maybe almost overripe. And it appears that Lotho has wandered off in the forest towards the north, and in the same direction that the human went a little while ago.
I am gonna go another way, and I'm gonna try and find a town, and then I'm gonna take over the. Oh no! I can do the. Oh, I'm gonna do Aldrin's fantasy. I'm gonna try and search for a town.
What a fantasy.
You're gonna search for a
It's gonna
town.
be. It's gonna be like. It's gonna be a. It's.
Wait, did he cut out?
No, I'm here. I'm trying to think of how to describe it. It's gonna be a long journey to figure out what his dream is.
I see. So
Hey.
what direction are you headed in? So they all went
Which way
north.
did the new guy go?
North.
North? I'll go north.
Okay.
Towards the town that he found, and hope that I find the same.
So as you wander towards the north, eventually you see this same situation that I've described, though Lotho and this strange human are nowhere to be seen. There's a road that heads up to a town. It's a well-traveled road as well.
Alright. Is there, trees and shit off to the side there, or no?
There are trees that extend down towards the west and the east from this forest that you are currently in.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the east side of the forest, and I'm gonna start cutting down trees.
I see. Interesting. Okay. So
Let's see.
you'll be a lumberjack. Meanwhile,
Oh,
up towards...
shit.
Hmm?
You've almost figured it out. But you have not yet.
Okay.
Suspense is killing me.
getting up towards the top of the road here, Marius, you can see that this is a very proper human city. Incredibly large stone walls rise up and surround it. It's much like the fortifications you would find of a city in Aurelium or another well-developed part of humanity's world. Though there are a few key differences. One of which is you note that this humanoid city has a great deal of folk in it that aren't human, and you notice that while it's not uncommon in Aurelium to see the occasional dwarf or the occasional gnome, humans maybe make up like half the population here, and the other half are all sorts of different races. And looking down the main streets here, the gate is completely open, and a couple of guards stand by, but they don't seem to stop any of the people who are wandering in. And in the streets you can see what look like the outsides of busy taverns and marketplace stalls and winding streets. What do you do?
I'm gonna scan the kind of horizon. Does the town have any elevation? Is it just purely flat? Do I see any particularly tall buildings just kind of just significantly higher than the rest, let's say?
Yes. It was difficult to tell at first, but as you get closer towards it, and now that you're sort of standing directly in front of it, the town rises up along the side of a hill. And this leaves multiple districts kind of splayed out over the hill. You can see that the one that you're about to enter must be the closest to the ground level. And further it curves up. And towards the top of there, you can see what look like very lavish houses, some of which could be considered maybe even keeps or castles in their own right.
I'm gonna kind of flick the bottom of my robes, make sure any dirt that's acquired on them gets kind of removed, and just wanting to get out of this shitty district as soon as possible, I'm gonna head towards the lavish part of town.
Okay, yeah, just travel the roads as far as you can uphill.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds good. Meanwhile, you're following this humanoid Lotho, and you see there's a brief moment where he pauses outside the gate and looks around, and then continues to wander into the city, and you see it's really quite busy. What do you want to do?
Well, getting pretty bored following this guy. He's not doing a whole lot. So, what does the area look like? Like, this is kind of like I don't know, like the business district or something like that. Like there's taverns and stuff around.
It looks like it might be a lower district, though it's clear that through this incredibly large gate, all manner of folk make their way through, and you can see what look to be wealthy merchants who are currently traveling through the gate, alongside what appears to be poor peasant farmers as well. So there's everybody around here, but the buildings are squalid. The further up the hill, the nicer and nicer they get.
Alright, I'll just like split off now and kind of make my way towards like the middle. No, I'm gonna stay down here in this like Waller district. I want to find a tavern.
Ah, okay. Meanwhile, back by the woods, what are you up to, Aldrin? You're chopping down a tree, was it?
Oh, I was chopping down a couple trees. Aldrin, how many trees have I cut down?
Go ahead and make for me a strength check.
Alright, hopefully I get more than a 2. That is definitely more than a 2. Strength is +3. 15.
You managed to acquire a fair amount of timber. There's some trees on the outside here which look like they're a bit smaller, and sure enough, with your battle axe, you're able to fell them, though it is laborious work and you're sweating by the end of it. What do you want to do with this?
I am now gonna go into the town and scope out my competition. How many bars are in the town?
Okay, so are you going to leave these trees here? It's not exactly like you can carry them with you.
Oh, never mind. I'm gonna start building my, Aldrin's gonna build his own bar.
Ah. Do you have woodmaking, or sorry, woodworker's tools?
I may. Let me check. I believe I do. These type of artisan. I do not. I don't think I do.
Okay.
There was another file with.
Go ahead and make for me a luck roll, please.
Oh shit! Come on, nat 20. That'd be perfect right now. God, what is with me getting like?
Okay. You've hatched a dream of a bar run by your very self, and you go to set out and create this, and you don't really have the proper tools for doing so. So you start off making rough cuts and starting to hammer on in through this wood here, trying to attach pieces without any real knowledge of joinery or anything like that. And by the end of it,
It looks like shit.
you've maybe cut up a few pieces, and looking at them before you've even put them together, you're starting to have second thoughts here.
All right. So now, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give up on the dream,
Good call.
and Aldrin's gonna go find the nearest bar, sit down, and drink away.
Okay. Marius, as you wander further through the streets, you can see a whole plethora of activity. There's a set of tabaxi that are currently arguing with one another. They're bartering over some shiny item. You can see that over in another corner, there's a couple of roguish-looking humans who, wearing a set of leather armor, almost look like they're scoping out a noble somewhere else, who also seems keenly aware of what's going on and has reached to his back, pulling out like a short dagger, readying it. There's activity everywhere, and you have to really keep your wits about you just to avoid caravans that are going by, or horsemen, or a couple of the town guard, this and that. As you begin to go further and further down the street, you eventually get to a bit of an impasse ahead in front of you, and you're maybe about halfway through the town, so you're not even really in the very wealthy district yet. You notice something. There is an incredibly large set of like raised areas here at the center of town. It's like a stage, perhaps, or some sort of wide open theater. And atop it, you can see that there is a man currently shouting. And as he shouts, the content of his speech seems to draw near all manner of folk from around. You see what look like the adventurous types who are all gathering here. And as they do, it's apparent that there's a job being offered. The man calls out. He says, 500 platinum to anyone who can complete the quest. And everyone is paying close attention. Perhaps the quest seems easy and you've missed its description. Perhaps it's just the incredibly good pay, but everybody kind of hangs on his word. He looks like a city official with many papers in one hand and a bunch of badges of notoriety on his coat. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of feel explosion coming up to the tips of my fingers, and I'm gonna grasp my wrist and clench a fist and try to just keep it in check. And looking up, in kind of a disarming fashion, I was kind of aloof and confident, having felt this in my hand. I'm not a bit worried, and I'm gonna rush forward, parting people as best as I can to get close to this gentleman, and I'll shout out, I, Marius Lacroix of Aurelium, will take this job.
He turns to you and he says, "Good, sir, good. Guards!" And you see a bunch of guards make their way through the crowd here and start to come up. And you hear, before he even gives the next portion of his speech, that many others call out as well. You hear the sound of dwarf, like a dwarf group that calls out from over in the corner. And then you hear what sounds like a bunch of elves that kind of step forward and kind of draw their swords and hoist up their spears, hoping to take the job. One of the guards steps towards you, and he begins to give you more detail. As he leans over in your direction, He says, "Alright, this listing's only open to a proper group. And, are you alone?"
I'm gonna kind of be like, oh shit, for a moment in my head, but I'm gonna keep myself composed. And,
So we've all drinking
like,
the same bar.
of course not. I have a mighty dwarf, and a knowledgeable hermit, who knows everything about everything, who can help me.
Yeah, he turns to you and he says, "This contract's only available to a group with a human, a dwarf, and a halfling."
Perfect. We qualify. Now give it to me. Come on. I don't have time for this.
He hands you the piece of paper, says, "Alright, well, go fill it out." And you see that there's room for signatures down near the bottom of the paper. And he just immediately walks away from you and goes to address another group. You see a bunch of disgruntled elves off in the distance, which scowl and then turn around and leave.
Mhm.
I'm gonna look at them very intently and let kind of a flash of red come up in my eye, and just make sure it's kind of like a kind of fuck you just visually, and then I'm
fuck
gonna
with you,
start
bro.
walking away, and I'm gonna think to myself, where would a hobo and a dwarf be? And I'm gonna go back to the lower district and try finding Lotho first.
Ah. Roll an insight check, please.
Sure. Yeah, I don't think I have proficiency. I do not. Okay. That's a 5.
Wow, okay. So, cutting back to you, Lotho. You've wandered into town and you're searching for a tavern, and it's not difficult to find one. Indeed, near the gate, there is a very popular tavern. And even though the sky shows a sun placed roughly around midday hanging directly above you, there's people who are completely passed out drunk in front of the place. And
Excellent.
you can hear what sounds like a good deal of commotion that comes from the inside. As you step inside here, you see
Oh,
what
I
looks like
fling the door open, by the way.
It's-
Making the biggest of scenes.
Sure. What's interesting is that as you do so, it like smashes against the side there and the whole door wobbles and everything, but no one really pauses to do anything. And you see what looks like just a crazy set of action inside of this room, and it's obvious why no one's paying attention. Over in the corner, there's two people that are currently fighting with one another, and they look like they have ropes around their hands which have affixed knives to them. And there's people who are betting money, throwing coin towards the ground, watching this. Over in another corner, you see what looks like a man having a very intimate conversation with a woman, and you see at another table what appears to be two incredibly large, muscular folk that are currently trying to arm wrestle one another into submission. One of them finally pushes the other, and as the arm goes slamming down, half the table breaks off. You see a group of merchants that are all playing a game of cards.
Holy shit.
It's very, very loud and noisy, and the wait staff here is incredibly busy. They don't pause to talk to you at all. You can see that there are seats open at some of these tables. You can see that there are seats open at the bar as well. What do you want to do?
I walk straight up to the dude who just won the arm wrestling contest.
Okay. As you do, you see he kind of like gets out of his chair for a second and flexes, and some people at the table laugh in response. The other guy looks like he's butthurt a bit and actually gets up, leaves some coin on the table, and turns around and heads out the door that you slammed just so recently.
You
Sounds
there,
like Aldrin's type
Flexo.
of bar.
That's what I shout to him.
Oh, okay. He turns
You
over
there.
towards you and he says, "Yeah."
You're a pretty strong fella, but how's your constitution? You think you can beat a little fella in the game of drink? With the most, like the cockiest, unearned self-confidence in the world. Like they just...
Yeah, he leans
like how-
forward, his eyes squint for a brief moment before he says, "What's your wager?"
I wager I'll throw 30 gold down onto the table.
Jeez.
Holy shit.
He slaps his hand down on the table and calls over, and you see one of the people at the bar comes over to the table, and after a few nods and hushed words exchanged, drink is brought over and a chair is pushed in your direction.
I will jump onto it.
Standing on the chair so you can be at table height.
Yep.
The man across from you here is not impressed by your bravado and seems to have called your bluff. He leans back in his chair, relaxed as a man who's finished his workday and has returned home to kind of kick up his feet on the living room table. And as the drink begins to land there, he divvies it up, placing one after another in front of you. You can see that it's incredibly large tankards of ale.
All right. Who's first?
He immediately takes one and begins to swig it.
I'll follow suit.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
I believe that's a 21.
21. Okay.
Yeah.
As you begin to drink here, you can feel like the alcohol is starting to course through your system, but you're actually fighting it back fairly well. Despite your incredibly small size compared to this man, you're keeping up with him. And he goes in for a second one. Roll again, please.
What is that? Aha! I will use my luck. Boom. 17.
17. Okay. As you continue to drink, it's starting to become obvious that you're actually falling behind, and the second incredibly large ale, whose mug is roughly about the size of your head, is enough to put you into the point where standing on this chair is proven to have its own set of consequences with it. The next drink is placed in front of you. Do you drink it?
I first shout out, bring me a book or two, with like super slurred.
A book?
Yeah.
Okay.
Put on the chair.
Perfect. Alright.
Oh,
What did you roll?
epic.
13.
Okay. Somebody brings over what looks like a high chair towards the table. And by the time that you get to the third one, you're starting to get a little bit loopy. The man across the table is also in a similar state. In fact, you're pretty certain that he started drinking before you even entered into the establishment. But despite that, you get the feeling that he's a bit ahead of you here. Not in a good way. Go ahead and roll again.
17.
17. Let's see what he gets. Okay.
17 is good, man. You got this.
Things are evening out, and the two of you are starting to get rather drunk. You get to your fourth glass here, and roll again, please.
13.
Ah. As you finish this one, you go to kind of like lean back down and place the finished glass on the table. But as you do, you note that your body has other motives, and as you try to lean forward, you end up leaning back almost by accident, and instead the chair falls with you as you clatter down to the ground, and you hear a crashing noise before you blank. But it's odd. You think that you hear another crashing noise before that happens. And the last thing that really fills your audio space here is the sound of cheering and laughter before you completely black out. Aldrin, you've been busy at work outside on the road trying to cut down trees for some sort of insane project to find out later that perhaps without the proper tools this isn't feasible. And so wandering into town to go and find a drink, you step into this town and find that the city of Jaosin has an incredibly large and very busy bar just near the main gates, conveniently placed there. And the doors fly open, and out you see Lotho, whose drunken body is thrown out onto the road next to a bunch of other passed out drunk people, and then another one, an incredibly large and muscular human who is also tossed outside, the two of them kind of falling asleep next to one another.
I'm gonna walk over and like tap kick Lotho with my foot and see that he doesn't wake up, and then walk into the bar.
Otho, I'd like you to make for me a. Let's make another Constitution check, shall we?
Oh.
How about that luck?
How about that?
All right, 9.
9.
No,
Okay.
8. Sorry.
Wow, you went from a 1 to...
All right. As you lay there in your blacked out state for a brief moment, you get a glimpse of the outside world for a second. It's like you're waking, but your head is filled with dizziness, and all the sounds they seem muted, like they're being whispered to you through like a 12-pack of socks or something, and then immediately you just pass out again.
Okay.
Aldrin, it's clear that Lotho, his eyes flutter open for a brief second, and then he just passes right out again.
Alright, I'm going to leave him there.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go into the bar and start drinking away.
Ah. Okay. You head in towards the bar, and where are you seating? Like down at the bar itself?
Yeah, I'll sit down at the bar.
Okay. You sit down at the bar, and you can see there's a whole host of colorful characters near you. There's a white and red dragonborn that are currently speaking with one another at the bar. The other side of the bar has what looks to be a couple of elves that are chit-chatting. There's a human behind the bar who is currently handing out glasses or helping to get them onto trays from other people who grab them to bring them to other tables. And you find a free stool here, sitting down, and find out that the ale is not terribly expensive. It costs but 2 copper pieces to get yourself a drink.
Alright, I'm going to take advantage of that. Are there any pretty dwarf women in the bar?
No such thing.
Let's roll luck.
They're a pretty dwarf man.
With disadvantage.
Oh, with disadvantage? What is this? This is a dream, man. Come on, why can't there be advantage?
Looking around, you see that your hopes to find a beautiful dwarven lass, well, they come with complications, but they're not completely gone. Over in the corner, you see what looks like a human man who currently makes out with an incredibly beautiful-looking dwarf woman. The two of them have like a radius around them where nobody dares step, perhaps due to the awkwardness. No one really intends to bother them.
I am going to down the beer that I have right now,
Oh no.
order another one,
Okay.
and then down that one,
Okay.
and then go over and knock the fuck out of that human. And then take that beautiful dwarven woman into my arms. And then have Aldrin's second fantasy come true.
Okay, I see. Alright. Are you making any attempts to be stealthy as you approach these two?
Fuck no.
Okay. As you approach here, you see mid-kiss that this man, one of his eyes kind of like opens there on the side, and he looks over towards you as you're approaching and pauses, kind of pulling away for a second. And he looks over at you, and it's clear that you've passed the threshold beyond which the other patrons don't seem to want to go. And while you're still closing like the next 10 feet, he says to you, got a problem, dwarf?
Yeah, dude. Kissing my woman. And I'm gonna punch him in the face. Gonna try and knock him the fuck out.
Classic.
As you say, you're kissing my woman, he responds and says, I disagree. And you see that a hand crossbow appears between the two of them, and the dwarven woman kind of giggles.
I will take out my battle axe and be like, mine's bigger.
Okay. What's your AC, Aldrin?
18.
Okay. Bouncing
Good luck,
off
man.
of the corner of your metallic armor here, a crossbow bolt flies out and strikes the roof of this establishment. And as it does, you hear what sounds like the door opening behind you and people beginning to leave.
I decapitate the motherfucker.
Okay, make an attack, please.
Way.
Oh. Go, you motherfucking human.
Oh boy.
15.
15. Okay. You bring the axe swinging down, and as you do, you manage to cut into him pretty badly. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yes. Motherfucker, let's go. Balls. 4.
Oh, he's hurting.
Okay. You leave a gash across his chest here. It's clear that under his clothing there is some leather armor, which blocks some of the blow, but you've still drawn blood, and it leaves like a red streak of crimson across the ground. And he stands up here, standing in front of this dwarven woman, and goes to pull out what looks like a long, thin sword, a rapier in one hand and a crossbow in the other. He says, "You've made a mistake, friend."
I believe you've made the mistake.
Okay. And then, at that point, you hear a a call from the other side of the room. Someone says, "Not in here!" And then a chair breaks over the back of your head.
What the hell? Can I just like do a blender move with my sword or my battle axe and just like cut the one dude in half that's kissing the dwarven lady, and then kill the dude that hit me with the chair?
Certainly try. You take 6 damage as a chair explodes over the back of your skull here, and pieces of it kind of clatter around in the corner of the room. This man gets ready for your next attack.
Let's go.
Go ahead and roll your swing.
False. False. That would be a 10. Oh wait, no, false. 12.
What?
It's a 12.
Okay.
7 plus 5.
This man easily evades your strike as you swing down. Your swing, though quite strong, is not incredibly fast, and this man is able to kind of step to the side, and he thrusts his sword in your direction, and it pierces you. After that, he shoots with his crossbow. That one misses,
Suck it.
and you take 8 points of damage as his sword stabs in between your armor.
I'm not scared.
You're not scared? Okay. After that, let's see.
It's only a dream.
More furniture is flung across the room towards you, and a second chair smashes into the back of your head. I'd like you to make a Constitution saving throw.
God, these people need to stop being assholes. Let the two dudes fight.
Maybe a dream, but you're not
16.
invincible, homie.
Oh wait. I'm wrong. Constitution saving. That would be a 14.
The second one strikes you, and a terrible bout of dizziness overtakes you, but you're still conscious. What do you want to do?
I want to murder the people that are throwing shit at me.
As you look behind you, you see what looks like the bartender, the man who sold you drinks a moment ago, is grabbing another chair from a table, and behind him you can see what look like frightened staff, as well as a couple of other patrons who have just repositioned to different tables and continue to drink while watching this spectacle over in the corner.
I am gonna call out to the dude. You know, you're making more damage, or you're doing more damage than I've been doing. So, you know, stop throwing shit at me.
He says, "You had 2 drinks, dwarf. Put away the axe and then get out."
Alright, what if I put away the axe and you give me 4 more drinks on the house? No questions asked.
He throws the chair across the room.
I take my axe and I block with it.
Okay, his
That's right,
swing
cut
isn't
him
very
off.
good, and you're able to smash it out of the air as it flies towards you. Its pieces clatter to the ground harmlessly before they can contact with you. And as they do... what was your AC?
18.
18. You feel another prick of a sword from behind you as you take another 7 damage.
God, I need to kill this guy behind me.
What do you want to do? It's your turn.
I am gonna try and murder the guy that's right behind me because I'm getting annoyed with him. Dabbing
Sure.
me.
You making an attack?
Yep. Ooh, 20.
A 20? Okay. Go ahead and
Not
roll
enough,
damage.
Oh, yes. 7.
Okay. You look like you've wounded this man fairly badly, and he turns to his dwarven
no.
lass and says,
Okay.
"Get out of here!" And then goes to attack you a second time as she turns to run and escape from you.
What the hell? I'm clearly brainwashed.
Goes into a place of business to kill people, says they're brainwashed.
You see, as you're staring towards this man, a chair explodes against the wall near you, having nearly missed.
God damn, this guy. He's dead next.
What do you want to do? It's your turn.
I'm gonna attempt to kill the dude that's kept stabbing me from behind.
Sure. Oh,
That would be
Jesus.
another 20
Roll damage.
and 5.
With another swing, your axe comes down and a huge gash opens up across this man's chest as his body kind of falls against the wall here and he slumps down, his form slowly dragging across the wooden planks of the wall, a large smear of red now painted there. He falls over and slumps to the ground. And at that point, let's see here. Another chair explodes against the wall. At this point, as you
Wow,
turn
this
around to
guy's
see the
bad.
bartender, he reaches for another chair and the doors fly open. It appears that there is a group of guards that have run into the establishment. They look over in your direction.
I'm gonna point out the bartender saying, he's drunk, you need to detain that man.
Go ahead
What
and
is
roll
it?
a deception check.
Oh, please work. Please. Damn it. 6.
The guards look over towards the bartender, and the bartender calls out to you, and he says, "Really?" as he pulls up another chair.
Look at him, he's pulling up a chair. Detain that man, officers. He's...
One of the guards steps forward towards you, looking behind you at the corpse which lays on the ground, and says, "Sir, drop your weapon. You're under arrest for murder.
That was here when I got here.
Drop it!" One of
I
them
can't-
holds a longsword in his hand with a shield, while the other has a crossbow pointed at you.
I'm going to hold up my shield and say that my axe is, it was a misfortune accident, but I had sap on my hand, and I got on my axe, and, I can't put it down. I don't know if you guys have any, vinegar or something, I could remove the axe, and then, I could drop it, but, if you have any suggestions, let me know.
A crossbow flies across the room here, a bolt that bounces off of your shield, and
I prepared to dodge.
then you prepare to dodge. Okay. And then the other one comes towards you with a sword, and as he swings, the sword misses. Another chair flies across as well.
Repost!
This one, you're not so lucky, and you cannot riposte a ranged attack. As it
Well, no, I was talking about the dude that came to hit me with a sword.
Okay, sure. So you take 4 more damage from the chair, and go ahead and make that repost.
Alright. Oh, okay, fuck. Oh, maybe not. 14.
14. Okay. You swing out and barely miss this man here. It's close. Your strike
Damn it.
almost lands, but he's able to move out to the side just in time.
Bastard.
And then at that, is that your turn? Oh, sorry, that was your reaction.
That was my reaction.
So it's your turn now.
Is there a window nearby?
There is indeed a window nearby. It faces out onto the main street. As you
Alright.
look out there, you can see what look like different tavern goers, people that were previously seated here, who watch from outside in a large semicircle. Through the window, they gaze upon the scene of a mad dwarf that fights with 2 guardsmen, and multiple chairs explode against the wall behind him.
I am going to take myself, and I'm going to run up towards that window. I'm going to jump on top of a table, and then do a
Like a barrel roll.
Max Payne kind of slide jump into the window, and then destroy that shit, and then run.
Make an acrobatics check, please.
Oh my
Can't
god,
wait.
my
Can't
specialty.
wait to see it.
Oh, yes! Oh wait, my acrobatics is -1. 17.
Jesus
I
fuck.
was looking at athletics.
Okay, you run towards the window, stepping off of a table. It creaks, but it doesn't explode under your weight as you then push off of it, all of your force flying vertically ahead, and you go flying up towards a window that you then barrel through, and you land on your feet on the other side after a brief roll. There's shouts and commotion, and the townsfolk here, forming this semicircle, back away as gasps kind of fill the crowd. You see what look like other members of the guard who have caught attention of the scene, we could say, and start to look over in your direction.
There's a drunk man in that bar. You guys need to detain him, and I'm gonna haul ass out of that town.
So
and
you're
then
going for
when
the
I get on,
gate?
yeah, I'm gonna go right for the gate.
Okay. As you head towards the gate, you hear a call that comes from one of the guardsmen. It sounds like perhaps one of the men in the tavern. He says, "Close the gates! He's escaping!" And there's the sound of a whirring mechanism that begins to crank over towards the gate here. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Yeah, please, please, please. Oh, yes! Nat 20.
Virtuous townsfolk hear the call of the guard and try to get in your way, trying to trip you or grab onto your clothes, but you manage to just kind of tackle your way through them, pushing them aside. You get towards the gate, and then I need you to make for me an athletics check to run out of there before it closes.
Oh, 25.
Sliding along the ground,
Fuck out of here.
the heavy gate closes behind you, and you find yourself on the other side there. Many guards run up towards the gate. You hear swears in common and other languages, perhaps, and more shouts up ahead. You see what look like guards running atop the battlements, preparing ranged weaponry.
I am gonna go into the trees and hope that they're thick enough that the bastards can't see me.
Oh, so you're gonna just run down the road to the forest?
Yeah.
Okay. How much HP have you right now, Aldrin?
23
23. Okay.
out of 48.
One arrow hits, and then with the second volley, as you're getting farther away... Oh, you're a dwarf. You don't have a lot of move speed. Okay. So, two of them will strike you, and flying out across the battlefield, you take an additional 6 damage.
Got 17 health.
Okay. Crossbow bolts strike you until eventually you've run far enough that they're starting to land in the ground around you. Every now and then one of them gets close, but it's clear that you're far away enough that their shots fall with a great deal of inaccuracy as you run towards the forest. And meanwhile, Marius, you've been wandering down the streets, hoping to find
Badass.
the previous folk that you had awoken with.
Yeah.
And you see what looks like an incredibly large crowd towards the gates. Common folk and guard are all powered around there. And down on the ground in front of a tavern that has an exploded window with glass that rains out into the street here, you can see what looks like a bunch of people passed out, just like before when you had come through here. Except there's a difference. One of them is not one you recognize, and the other one is this Lotho from before.
Is Lotho, yeah, he's looking passed out, completely wrecked on the ground right now.
He is most assuredly asleep. He, like the others passed out here, reeks of alcohol.
He's only, what, like 40 pounds?
Yeah, he's a tiny
yeah.
little dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna just fucking, like, let out an audible sigh, look around, and just pick him up, put him over my shoulder, and saunter out.
Okay, you retrieve this halfling and begin to wander around. And, as you do, where are you going next?
Well, basically, I'm looking around, I'm not seeing the dwarf, and I'm trying to find where he might be, so, I'm gonna try to find someone nearby, one of the peanut gallery viewers of the activity, and ask them, you, whatever your name is, I don't care, have you seen the dwarf?
My name's John.
John. Right. Look, have you seen the dwarf run by?
Yeah, is that the one? And he points beyond the portcullis, the gate here, and through the metal bands, you see what looks like a familiar dwarf huffing it down the streets. There's the sound of crossbows being fired from the battlements up above, and the bolts kind of land around him. He's leaving like a small trail of blood as he just continues to huff it.
I'm going to tell John, no, of course not. I would not make friends with someone like that, but thank you anyway, I'll look elsewhere.
You sure? Because I saw him fly, like, not a lot of dwarves can fly.
That is true, John, so instead of thinking, how about you just go back to your small little life and enjoy maybe 15 years before you die of some unknown disease, okay?
Well, what?
And I'll just kind of walk away.
You see, he kind of like scratches his head for a moment as you turn around.
Awesome. And I'm gonna start heading towards the gate with Lotho
Okay.
and see if I can get out.
Ah. As you get over here, you realize that your request is not the only one, and merchants here too, who look to be exiting with their caravan, are getting rather mad with the guard that the gate is down, and after a moment or two, they finally go, okay, fine, and the gate begins to come back up. The dwarf that you saw off in the distance has now since escaped off towards the forest.
I think you want this dwarf to become your friend.
I'm gonna look around and try to walk maybe 100, 120 feet away from the gate.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna kind of let Lotho slump off my shoulder onto the ground. And gonna find a nice little rock. Cast Prestidigitation on me, just to remove the scent of ale. And wait for Lotho to come to.
Ah, okay. It takes about an hour or two, but eventually Lotho comes back from his drunken stupor here. And Lotho, as you awake, you find yourself outside of town, not too far from the gate. And seated next to you is this well-dressed Marius character.
And a shit ton of arrows in the ground.
Holy shit, I can teleport. Where's my gold? I'm just gonna like look around all days, like totally just bliss.
Right. Gold, I don't know. What I do know is your servant put the entire town on alert and caused it to go on lockdown. Not sure what he did, but we need to find him. I have a job, and I obviously need to employ your services, so we will find him, you will help me, and then we'll be on our way.
Well, you sure got it all together, don't you?
Oh yes.
Alright, lead the way, tall man.
Okay, short man. And I'll start following probably the trail of blood and the
Okay.
thick, like, fucking deep boot marks that he probably left like a moron, leading all
Aldrin.
the way to where he is.
What would you do after getting into the forest here? You're heavily injured, and your movement is becoming hampered to some degree by the fact that there are bolts stuck into different parts of your body. What's the plan?
I'm going to, there at any point where I could take a long rest.
Sure.
Just sleep for 8 hours.
Okay. You find a tree
thank
nearby.
God, I killed a bunch of people or tried to, got hit in the head by 8 chairs, and now I'm just gonna have a great
You lay down to go to sleep, and you're actually fast asleep here. Marius, as you come up towards the forest here,
Fuck.
you see not more than a few trees in towards there, the blood trail stops, and there's a passed out dwarf on the ground.
Damn it, I was hoping I could, like, evade you for a little bit longer.
Oh,
His crossbow bolts are still stuck into his body, and it looks like he's been stabbed multiple times, too. He's leaking red out of a whole bunch of different holes. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna bend over
Not
and
the
kind
first
of
time.
grab the tip of one of the shafts
Mhm.
that are impaling him right now, and just kind of play with it, see if it wakes him up.
Okay. Instantly, you awake from your long rest, taking 2 points of damage there, Aldrin. You feel a sharp
You
pain in your
bastard!
side. And as you turn
That
around
went
here,
15 health.
you see what looks like Marius from before, and Lotho as well, standing over you.
Oh look, the dwarf is awake. Thank God.
Yeah, now, I only have a little bit of health because you decided to be an ass fuck. So, you know, some healing would be nice.
First of all, I don't know what an ass fuck is, but I'm assuming it's reserved for only the most
It's
beautiful bearded
you.
women of your race. So, thank you. Secondly, I have no healing. I could burn the crossbows away if need be. That's up to you. And I'll just kind of crack my
I'm gonna have you
knuckles.
stay away from me. Oh, wait.
Probably a good idea.
I'm gonna use my second wind.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll the heal.
That's a D8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, big money. Yeah. 6. Okay, now I'm up to 21 health. Can I forage around and try and find some stuff? I've got like proficiency in medicine, so I was wondering if I could just like collect and then find stuff to make myself like.
A poultice. That's words.
Ah, you certainly could try. You have proficiency with herbalism?
Just medicine.
Oh, with medicine.
Yeah.
Not exactly. No, I don't think that would work.
Damn. Alright. Well, it was worth a try. Unless, herbalism is in survival, then hell yeah. But
No, like it's
That's
its
a
own...
kit.
Yeah, it's,
but
it's a tool set.
Yeah. Damn. Alright. Hey, Pipsqueak. Heal me.
I am just swaying back and forth, staring at the sky.
Yeah, your friend, whatever he is, homeless or whatever, is probably not in a position to heal you right now. Go back to bed if need be. Look, I have a job that's going to pay all the dwarven women and ale and victims, whatever it is you target, for a lifetime. So rest up, and we'll be on our way.
I don't know if I want to have the dwarven women anymore. They seem to be going for the
Yeah. Okay.
Human
Whatever. And I'm gonna take the
now.
paper out and kind of touch my tongue to one of my like family pens that I have, and thrust it in front of him. Be like, sign this, okay, right here. Sign your name. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna draw like a smiley face, and then a stick, and then a cup of ale, and that's gonna be a signature.
Okay.
I see you're finally educated. What is your full name?
Aldrin.
What is that, like Cher? Do you have a last name?
Aldrin Flameforge.
Okay, and I'm gonna fill that in like tarot. I'm actually gonna start writing it and then realize it's gonna look too good, so I switch to my left hand, and then I finish it like it's all fucked up. And I kind of like nod to myself. I'm like, okay, that's good enough. And then I'm gonna go to Lotho, and abusing his drunken stupor right now, put the paper in his hand, put the pen in his hand, and just kind of write down Lotho, and look up to Aldrin and be like, what is his last name?
Free fellow, I think. I don't know. We never really learned last
Brie
name.
fellow?
It might be Cheese Fellow.
Cheese fellow, okay. And I'm
Cheese-
gonna put down
cheese
cheese fellow, and then looking up at Aldrin's signature, I'm gonna put a picture of cheese and a tree.
Okay.
And maybe a little person thinking that they're just retarded and this is how they sign things. Okay. Well, you're bound now by contract, so this is good. You will get 125 gold pieces each for this mission, so it's quite good. Yeah.
You said it
that's-
was worth You said it was worth 500.
I didn't. I said no such thing.
But I could see it in the contract you had there.
Aldrin, look, leave the reading to people who can read. Okay.
I saw 500 flat.
What is it written in the contract? Would you see that super obviously?
Aldrin, I'd like you to make for me a perception check, please.
Alright. Come on, another nat 20. Alright, a nat 11.
Okay. And your
15.
speed going to write... it's a 15?
Yeah, it's a 15.
In your speed going to write down the smiley face, you saw something about 500 coins on there.
Woo! Aldrin, see shit.
Okay, you're right. It's 500 gold. Fine. How about we split it? 200, 200,
Yeah,
and we give 100 to Lotho.
alright,
good?
agreed.
Okay. 200 gold, 200 gold to me, and then I'm gonna look up and be like, probably a little more in my head, but I'm gonna skip over that part. and then go to Lothar, be like, okay, whatever, he'll get the rest. Okay, so look, I'm assuming the fact that every single armed guard in the town wanted to kill you, that you can't go back there, correct?
Well, I have a plan, but it involves.
I can singe your beard.
Oh.
I figure it's a great disguise.
No!
Mhm,
This
mhm.
beard has been growing for the past 27 years.
You see this
Oh, no.
old beard that he is very fond of is, well, it's seen better days. Parts of it are stuck together. Other bits have what look like wildlife in it. Some of the pieces stuck in there look unrecognizable. Forms the likes of which living eyes have not gazed upon in millennia.
To be honest, I would not want to assault my nose by burning that thing. I think I would kill the wildlife in about a 50-foot radius, so... Fine. What is your plan then? Master
Find it.
Dwarf.
Alright, you find a bird's nest with a bird
I'm already
and
rolling
some
my
eggs,
eyes. I'm...
and we'll put that in my beard. And I've got a shirt that you know will help us out.
So you think a shirt and a bird's nest in your beard would be enough
Hey,
disguise?
they always remember the dwarf with a from their beards. It's a proven fact.
It's not, because I don't remember you from that abhorrent beard that you're sporting right now. So it might be true for dwarves, not for the rest of us.
Maybe I need to change my scent.
Oh yes, please, thank God.
Is there a pile of bear shit in your box?
You know what? You know what? How about you let me do the honors? Would that be okay?
What do you want me to smell like?
Okay. Just
God, I'm
stand
picking
there.
up your accent.
Stand there.
Burning
stand there.
hands.
Uh-huh.
No. There will be
Oh,
no
God.
fire. There will be no fire here. Just bring up your arms.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation on him and
Okay.
make him smell like fucking the ladiest lady you can think of. just like lavender and shit. And I
Make an
want to clean
Arcana
out.
check.
Sure.
Please fail.
Scent so strong, I need a roll for it. Alright, and I am proficient in Arcana, but I don't have that much intelligence. It's a 16.
You find that the spell doesn't seem to work at first. As you cast Prestidigitation, this is the first time in history, maybe since when you were learning it when you were younger, that you had this spell not work immediately, and you found that the scent would not go away until you really poured in all the concentration that you possibly could, until finally, with a couple of magical flashes, the scent is replaced with that of like a mild lavender and some other sort of spices to it.
Oh, holy shit! What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know. Nothing's wrong with me. I just smell weird now. And I'm gonna take the shirt out of my bag and put that on. My Where's Waldo shirt.
Your Where's Waldo shirt? On again?
Yeah, you said I had like a red and white striped shirt that I got from that one town. And they were celebrating winter, giving us free shit.
Has not been used in a long time. Okay, you
Nope.
put on a red and white striped
I
sweater.
don't have the socks.
Are you doing it over your armor? Or like, are you taking your armor off? Like, I want to see this. I want to visualize it.
I'm gonna put it over my armor.
It looks like this big, lumpy, bulky piece of shit.
Hey, shirt's strong. It's made out of wool. Not really. It's probably made out of shit.
With a sweater on now, he looks like a completely different dwarf if he was just the same dwarf but didn't smell as bad and was wearing a striped shirt.
Now we just need the bird's nest. God, I'm picking up your accent still.
We're not going to do that. And yes, it's a very good accent. You should try it sometime. Look.
I am a dwarf from Marenheim. I do not need to have a stupid accent.
Fils de pute, c'est impossible. Look,
Hey, no different languages here.
look.
I'll start speaking Dwarvish to you, and you won't understand me. You're like
Thank
a cat
God. That
and a
might
dog.
help all of us, actually. Look, do something different with your beard. We'll see if we can go back. How about you rest so you stop bleeding all over the place? And we'll let Loto wear off whatever fiendish alcohol he put in his body.
I'm asleep again already. I've been asleep for like an hour.
Okay. Go ahead and make a survival check for me, please, Aldrin, as you go to find a bird's nest.
Awesome.
Jesus fuck Christ.
That's 3 tonight.
Okay.
Down there.
I take it I
boyo.
found like an eagle's nest.
Some time goes by as your group lays down for a long rest, and eventually the evening has come around. It's probably a little bit past sundown, and you can see off in the sky all of the stars, and it seems as though Lotho is beginning to wake up from his drunkenness, and Aldrin has also returned. His beard now has with it what appears to be a small bird's nest trapped within it.
Well, not trapped. The bird can still get into its nest.
The birds have left.
Well, that's...
You don't know if they'll be returning soon, but they have not come along for the ride.
Oh my
Damn.
god.
Well, we would have had pet birds, but you know, they didn't want to...
Get fucking beard
Bad.
cancer? Probably not. No.
Alright, I'm
Weird
also gonna...
cancer.
Wow. No, Aldrin doesn't make fun of you. I don't know why you're making fun of him.
You're
Fuck
the one
me.
who constantly admits to wanting a dirty sock in your beard. Don't give me shit. You know that's a vile,
I miss my
vile,
sock.
nasty accessory to your
I
to
miss my sock so much. That
Oh.
berry ale was like the death of my sock. I need to go buy another sock so I can do that.
That's
Oh, no, you
alright.
Alright, Aldrin's gonna braid his beard as well, like have like the double-sided braids on either side.
You find that progress on that is rather slow, and your beard has degenerated into such a state of chaotic decay that you're unable to actually braid it together. Until you get this thing washed, that's going to be an impossibility.
Hey, Mary, do you have a comb?
I just don't answer him because he called me Mary.
I don't know your fucking name.
I don't think you do even know his name.
Yeah,
It's-
that's what I'm saying. I don't know his
Okay,
name.
okay, let me do it in your accent. It's Marius. Fuckhead.
Marius. Marius. Do you have
That's
a
right.
comb by any chance?
Not to
A
use
brush.
on that. Not to use on that, no.
Oh, are you sure?
Oh, I'm positive.
You're telling me you do have one, though.
The wisest decision of the evening.
I will return it better than when you gave it to me.
Yeah, tell that to the birds whose fucking nest you raped.
I did not rape it. I just grabbed it and put it in my beard. I do not whip that out and mess with that stuff. So
My point stands.
I don't know what kind of dirty crap your people are into. Raping birds.
At this point, I walk up.
That's kinda
What the
weird.
hell are you guys talking about?
I don't know. Mary Hyman. God, what's your name again?
Marius.
Marius rapes birds. People are weird. They rape birds and get enjoyment out of it.
I just give Aldrin like the dumbest stare, like the
I'm-
or like the blankest stare.
I'm going
Like-
to. I don't know if I can do this, Aldrin or illusion. Let me know if I can. But I want to do a one-way minor illusion for Lotho and I, where we have Aldrin but like cross-eyed and even more ridiculous looking than usual. But Aldrin doesn't see it from his end.
Oh, like it's like a two-dimensional image?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you can do that.
Cool. So,
Aldrin, you see what looks like a faint flicker of light in between Marius and Lotho. It's not really apparent what it is, and after a moment it's gone. Lotho, you see this picture that Marius has created.
Oh, I've bent over laughing.
That's
I
the
take out
best
a-
use of minor illusion I've ever seen.
Nailed it.
I'll take out my butter knife and I'll shank both of them.
You don't know what's going on.
We now know
We're
Aldrin
just
is
laughing.
a true murder hobo at heart.
Right?
Right?
Swear to God.
Hey, it's a dream. Anything can happen.
You don't know it's a dream.
Well, I know in Table Talk it is.
Yeah, but Aldrin doesn't.
Well, I have a contract here. Lotho, thank you so much for signing it.
What?
Yep. And we just need to go back to town, get the details, submit our application, and we'll be on our way.
Alright, you guys go. I'm going to search for 2 more dudes. My best buddy Verth and another guy that's pretty cool that you guys do not. Well, Lotho knows, but Lotho's too much of a dick to realize that he's cool. Carrick. So, you guys enjoy your fucking with each other. I don't know what you guys are gonna do.
I'm just gonna like
Talking to
elbow
your
Marius and and just like kind of whisper. He's always looking for dudes. Always.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's
Like,
weird. But I mean, like
That's why
to
I
each his
just
own
murdered
or whatever.
the fuck out of somebody for a dwarf.
You didn't hear what I said.
Well, Aldrin, look, it's fine. You can go find men in the wilderness. That's entirely within your rights.
Hey, they're part
I'll-
of my party. My
Yeah, oh no, I would assume there's a party involved, of course.
Wrecked.
Will you be joining us here in, let's say, 3 to 4 hours? We'll be back.
Sure, why not?
Okay. Look, there are limits to my magic, so try not to get anything on you with this party, okay? When I come back, I don't want to have to clean anything up unsavory, okay?
He's talking
Eh.
about semen. In case that was not understood.
Yeah, I understood that.
Did you?
And I'll kind of walk
I
up to
did
Aldrin
now.
and give him a friendly tap on the shoulder and be like, brighten up, okay? I accept all walks of life, okay? Just try to stay
Aldrin looking
clean.
dazed and confused as to what the hell they're fucking talking about.
Try
and
to
then
stay
assumes
clean
that they're
and
both fucking gay.
you know, don't use your hands too much. Yeah, okay. You'll need them strong for the upcoming mission, okay? So, if anything, receive but don't give, okay? And I'll kind of turn around and be on my way laughing.
Okay. You turn around, and Lotho, where are you going?
Oh, I'm walking with him.
Okay. The two of you head off, and Aldrin, what are you doing here in the woods?
Aldrin is gonna get the farthest fucking away from them as possible because he thinks they're both insane.
Okay.
We're insane.
Right.
Quite a charming fellow, a dwarf.
Yeah, that's an adjective.
It is.
Hey!
You're not there. You're not with
You're
us.
not there.
You're not there.
No, I'm not.
You
But
can't
asked
defend
what
yourself.
Aldrin's up to. You guys are not at the part yet. You didn't say what are Lotho and Barry Hugh
Yes,
going
he did.
after. You said what
He
is
asked what-
Aldrin up to.
Literally
said, "What
just
is
asked
Aldrin
what
up
he was
to?"
doing.
Okay,
It's
what's
fine if they have
Aldrin-
some exposition. They're wandering down the road.
Well,
Just-
what's Aldrin up to then? Tell us.
Aldrin's walking away.
Okay.
Oh,
All right. So meanwhile, back on the road.
Okay, so we just need to submit the application. Hopefully, they accept it, and I haven't actually gotten the details. And I'll pull up the contract, but I'll kind of hide it from Lotho. I don't want him to see the bounty available.
Oh, yeah.
Or the reward.
Okay.
And
Your
I'll
thumb
just
is
kinda-
conveniently over that part.
Right, exactly. But I'm doing it confidently, so it's not too obvious. And I'm gonna read the actual details of the contract for the first time.
Ah, okay. For the first time, you take a look at this contract and find out exactly what it is that it asks of you. Apparently, there is a very, very wealthy residence near the top of the hill. Castle, let's see here. Castle Dexmod has been recently taken, and there is a bounty on its return. The whole estate has been completely overtaken by all manner of beasts, and the city guard has been helpless to deal with them. The eccentric owners, a group of nobles, have hired out a particular group to deal with it, and for whatever reason, they've made it so that the only groups that can come and deal with the problem must have a group of 3 people, a human, a halfling, and a dwarf. It seems that you are screwed unless you can find another dwarf.
Ha! You guys didn't realize you had to bring me along.
I didn't. Well, I mean, I was just gonna go submit the contract. I had no idea that the contract was in town. We're gonna have to
Looks
smuggle
like
you
you're
in.
boned.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. We might have to put a kibosh on your friend's orgy for at least today. We'll be needing his services in town, I think.
Is there anything you can do to distract him from his man lust for a day?
Well, if I know him, he hasn't gotten very far, so.
Aldrin's halfway across the world right now.
I'm gonna just laugh and be like, no, Noto, despite the homeless look that you're rocking right now, you're quite funny. And I'll turn around and start walking back towards Aldrin with my long gait, longer than a dwarf's.
Ah.
Hopefully catch up to him.
Okay.
And I will struggle to keep up.
You're walking for a bit, and then you suddenly run for a few, and then you walk,
Yeah.
and then you run. Okay, so you guys turn around. Meanwhile, Aldrin, you've begun to wander back into the forest. You find that the evening is rather dark, and in here, your dwarven dark vision comes in handy. It's tough to see much ahead. Are you just gonna keep wandering?
Is there an elk or something nearby?
Perception check.
Yes, come on,
not
please.
the
Another nat-
animals, Aldrin. Not the animals.
Woo! 18.
As you look around, you see that there don't appear to be any, but you're definitely
Okay.
not alone in the forest. Up on a forest branch here, you can see what looks like a family of birds that are currently resting. And you can also see some sort of small mammal scurries from one bush to another off in the distance.
I get that out of an 18?
Mhm.
Alright,
Well,
I'm just
18
gonna keep
doesn't
on walking.
spontaneously create things, right?
Well, I just wanted an elk so I can, like, use my animal handling skills and just ride that elk off into the sunset.
Ride an elk. Awesome.
Dude, Aldrin's a badass. You guys should know this. He had a camel for, like, 3 parts, but, you know, for 3
Abandon it to
episodes.
oil whores.
I didn't abandon it.
Let's get back to the game.
We are in the game. That is part of the game. That was part of the game.
Candy and
Okay.
alcohol version of D&D. We're gonna take a brief 5 or 10 minute break.
Oh, jeez.
Be back in a few, folks.
Let me just give you a little harmonica flourish on that comment.
Beautiful.
It's an interesting
Awesome.
choice of words, looking to ride an elk. After we're talking about an orgy in the woods.
If that's what you call
Alright. I like how you fucking think about all this shit. You're the gay one just thinking about it.
Whoa, let's not throw that around so hostile.
it. My sexual
know what?
proclivities are of no consequence here in the world of D&D.
You know, I don't think sexual orientation is a binary, Aldrin, and you can fuck whichever animals or whomever you want.
God
Does
damn
gender
it.
even matter, really?
Right?
Exactly.
Jesus Christ. You know, why don't you guys go fuck some squirrels?
We're not into that. It's
Yeah.
I'm
We're
your
just-
bear
we're
form wouldn't mind a
acknowledging-
fucking
We're
small
acknowledging
squirrel.
your proclivity to kind of, you know, go after that stuff, and we're empowering you. We're saying,
right.
you know what,
It's,
buddy,
it's
go for it.
it's your basic human right.
Aldrin is not gay.
It's
You know,
a fucking elk.
How the hell am I supposed to say ride? You know, I'm gonna get on top of this elk and trot off into the sunset.
That would have
That
worked.
sounds stupid.
That
Yes,
would have
let
worked. It
me-
sounds
Let me
stupid.
get on.
I'm back
Let me
in a
get
sec.
Let me get on my elk here and trot off into the sunset.
Oh.
Cause you know, fuck that shit. No,
Hey, man,
fuck
if I
you.
can say anything, it's that don't
Aldrin's
take
not fucking
don't take
gay.
the flack Aldrin is taking as flack towards you, homie.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I
You
know.
created this
No,
this surly, smelly, animal-loving, yet all the animals he loves constantly are dying dwarf. is
I
lovable.
should mention that
and
I'm
does
drinking
what he
rum, and
does.
that gets me like rum gets me kind of like grouchy and shit. So, and that's like the only thing
Awesome.
I have. So, that's mostly the reason.
Oh, that's good fun.
But Aldrin is not fucking gay.
As I pour myself another 2 fingers of scotch.
Hmm.
Oh.
I'm just drinking straight from the bottle.
Oh, I'm drinking it out of a coffee cup, so I'm classy.
Ooh. I got a Tylenol bottle. It's got a lot of
don't do
Tylenol
that.
in it.
Don't
But...
do that.
Oh, you know what? Let's mix Tylenol and rum together.
Your brother's
You know
gonna
how that
fucking
works.
die, dude.
Uh,
Oh, shit.
I also got a mint here. That'll probably taste
there
like
you go.
shit, though.
Throw that all together, it'll be like bologna and orange juice.
Ugh.
Ooh. That's a tasty combo.
I will be right back. Try
Yeah,
not
go
to
for it,
kill
buddy.
yourself.
Maybe. I don't want to go to work tomorrow.
Don't, man.
Wish I could.
How is it though? Pays good, I'm assuming, if you're working that much.
Oh yeah, 15 an hour.
Oh, solid.
Work from 7 to 3 every day. Except for today. Today I work from 7 to 3:30, but
7 to 3 are good hours, though. I mean, you have the rest of
Yeah.
your afternoon and evening, right? Yeah, you have to go to bed at like 11 just to fucking keep sane, but
yeah. One thing we're trying to get our boss to improve though is getting starting the workday at like 6 and ending at 2.
huh, really? So you want to go even earlier, eh?
Yeah, I want to go earlier. Cause then what we could do also is like I'd get home earlier, I can make myself some dinner, and then we can play D&D earlier if we wanted to.
That's true. Well, we can play earlier as it stands now. I mean, I don't know about you, but I think Verth is unavailable to do that. Because I'm...
Yeah,
and
that's true.
I mean, I finish work at 6:30, and I work out from 6:30 to 7:30. I get home, I walk my dog, and I'm here at 8, like sharp.
Oh yeah. So yeah,
so
it makes
I-
sense that we start then.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I can my job is super flexible. I can finish at 5:30, finish working out by 6:30, and be here for 7. That's possible for me, but we'd have to ask Worth. And if he told me that it was like a sure thing every week, then I can just add. But basically, I don't even have to ask. I'm only supposed to be working late 1 or twice a week, and I'm doing it every day for the company. So they're not gonna bitch at all if I decide to leave early on one of the days.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's not bad.
And it's office work anyways. It's
Ugh. Can't stand
Yeah.
sitting inside.
well, it is. Ugh, trust me. I mean, I'm a nature boy through and through. I've lived in cottages, the woods. I love camping. I joined the army for that specifically. All the outdoor shit is just super fun for me. But living downtown and
Oh yeah.
working the rat race has just been fucking a grind and a half. Then again, I've paid every single student loan I have in under 2 years, so you know there are pros, but
That's
I'm look-
definitely nice.
yeah, exactly. I mean, I get to travel. I've been to Vegas, I've been to Miami, I've been to Chicago,
Oh yeah.
I've been to New York for work. Our members are super great, but I don't know. Maybe it's the grass is greener on the other side thing where I just want to do something else, but it's crazy, dude. When you start working full time in an office like that, 2 years disappears so fast. So fast. Every single semester in university felt like an age, and it was awesome. Now it's like, oh shit, I've been here 2 years already?
Yeah, right?
Oh yeah.
And all those people that you shit on for like staying at their jobs they hate till they're 50, and you're like, that'll never be me. You start seeing the possibility and it freaks you the fuck out.
Oh yeah. I was thinking I was gonna be that. I was like, shit. And then, so happy, and luckily I got a job working in construction. So
Construction, I mean, I have a lot of buddies that did that, and you gotta be careful, man. I mean, you have to, From what I've seen, your goal has to be to start your own company at some point because your body by 35 will be destroyed. Like
Yeah.
wrecked. Your knees and lower back will be so fucked that by the time you have a kid, if that's even on your roadmap at some point in your life, like you're gonna have to fucking grunt every time you go to pick up your kid off the ground. You know what I mean? Like it's not good. I have friends who are, I mean, I'm 26. I have friends who are 26, 27 who are struggling even at this age. They started at 17 right out of high school. They've been at it for almost 10 years and they're not doing well, man. They're getting like injections in their knees to their meniscus to fucking help
Oh
so
yeah.
the bone doesn't grind together, and they're like, you have like slipped discs or fused vertebrae, and like it's all sorts of bad shit. Anyways,
Yeah.
so I if there's any advice I can give you as someone who's never been in construction but has friends that are, it's just take care of your body, man.
Oh yeah.
Take care of your body.
My mornings consist of a cup of orange juice and 3 Tylenol, and then I go to work.
Yeah, you can't do that. And
Holy
Tylenol,
shit, dude.
start taking Advil, dude. Tylenol will fuck with your liver long term.
Even
Well, I
Advil
mean,
has
I-
its own problems. Just like try to like
Well-
not have to take drugs every morning.
Yeah,
Right.
no, of course. There's that too.
Well, I had like the point where I couldn't take Advil because I had like a component in it because I had like really bad acid reflux,
Hmm.
and I had a component in it that would just make it like I would.
Probably
I
like an
wouldn't-
irritable bowel syndrome thing, or maybe like a stomach lining issue.
Yeah.
Well, it was like something in my esophagus that wasn't closing properly or wasn't strong enough, and
Oh.
it would just flow right up, and I wouldn't be able to like breathe or talk or anything like that. Mike's experienced that a couple times.
Weird. Sounds
Or
like an
experienced
allergic reaction.
seeing me doing
I
it.
was gonna say I haven't experienced it, but
No, you've seen me
yeah.
have it.
That's
But yeah,
fucked.
I had like a surgery for it, so I got it like cleared up and crap, so now I can do whatever.
There you go.
But
You should still avoid taking 3 pills a morning, though.
I used to do that too, dude.
Well,
like
I've
when
got,
I was
like, an
younger.
ADD.
That shit's not good for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lucian can tell you a thing or two about construction, I think.
oh yeah.
Like what was it? At one point in my life, I was working 2 jobs full time, and I would wake up at 4 a.m. and I would go and do demolition. And I remember this one job where we were removing asbestos tiles from a roof. And so anytime you're working on a roof and it's in the summertime, you want to go and get to it before the sun rises, because once it's up, you're fucked and you can't work through the night. So it's like, all right, we get on the job site. Like, I would leave my house before 4 a.m. so I could get to my buddies, and then we would drive out there. And then I'd be working there in the fucking blazing hot sun. Like, my skin was peeling off by the end of the job until roughly about sometime in the afternoon, and I would have about like 30 minutes to an hour to myself before my next job would start. So I would just go straight to it, and then I would close like a fast food restaurant in town, and then wake up the next day. Like, I'd get home from that fast food place at like 11 or 12 in the evening, and then
Jeez.
get 4 hours of sleep and do it again. I did that for 2 weeks. And I remember by the end of it, there was one shift near like the second week where I was taking so much pain medication that like I took like the few pills that I would take normally, and it just did nothing. So I just like took more, and I had somewhere between like 7 to 12 Tylenol or something in one go. And like, I don't know, I've been kind of like fucked up ever since, in a weird way. Like your body kind of becomes sensitive to it in a way, and like once you've done that, where you've done a pattern where you're taking like much more than you're supposed to, like it adjusts, and you'll find that it'll either lose efficacy or it'll come with like health problems. You don't want to tread down that road. Not to mention my body was just like trashed after that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I have noticed though that holy shit, I can do a lot more, like lifting and shit.
Oh
When you
yeah,
take the
dude.
pain
You
meds.
gain no, well, no. When you're working and lifting a shit.
I think
ton
he
of
just
stuff.
means in general, like.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
in general, yeah.
Well, yeah, you're using your muscles on the daily, so if you're
Yeah,
Dude, you're
I
probably
see.
burning like maybe 1,500, 2,000 calories a day doing that
Yeah.
easily.
yeah, if you're like a
Let's
lazy
see.
slob and like you go and start working out, then it's amazing what you can accomplish and just like
Yeah.
I had no idea I could do all this.
Oh, when I
MLG
first started
Bear
there-
Simulator. What the fuck?
What?
Nice.
Dank. Okay.
Oh, that's funny.
Are we ready to resume this one off here?
Of course.
Indeed.
The 2 hours here.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well,
Maybe an hour and a half for
Hour and a half. Yeah.
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 For me there.
I don't want you fucking dying from sleep deprivation.
Oh, is there
Yeah.
something? Did I miss something?
No, it's just I have work in the morning. That's it.
Oh, okay.
I wake up at like 5:30, but I can go to bed whenever. I just prefer to go to bed before 12. But it's all good. I'm good to play till like 12:30, so.
You
I'll
say
die.
that now.
Yeah.
I'm sleep until 6.
I've got an alarm set. I've got 3 alarms set actually.
You know how many times I hit snooze a morning? Alright, let's dive back
Sometimes
in.
I hit snooze in the morning once, and then I'm awake.
Nice.
So, Aldrin, you've begun to wander off into the night forest here, seeing that there's a couple of creatures around, but no elk that you had hoped to find. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna keep on wandering away. Can I build a treehouse?
With what?
Wait, no, we already attempted this. No, okay, I'm just gonna keep on wandering.
Okay, sure.
See what I can find to eat and stuff like that. Find some foods.
I'd like a survival check from the two of you, both Lotho and...
Cool. Survival.
21.
14.
Okay. As you wander back towards the forest in search of your dwarven friend who had become disgruntled and wandered off in the opposite direction, you find evidence of his tracks, though they're difficult to follow given that it's the evening and they're traveling into some sort of woods outside of a town here of which you know nothing about. Though the signs are there, and you begin to set up on a trail here. Aldrin, while you're off in the woods, you find that it just becomes progressively darker and... Oh,
Looks
shit.
like we lost him.
Oh no, Aldrin exploded.
Yeah, he dropped out a tabletop.
And
and I was-
TeamSpeak. His internet
Yep.
might have just blown up. I've seen that before. It happens. Is he coming back? Yes.
Not sure, I just messaged him.
Alright. Well, we'll go to another wait screen here while we chill and see if he comes around. Poor guy. It's been a week of internet problems and people going to parties.
Ugh.
Ripperoni.
Oh no.
I kind of wanna. I'm gonna try to see if I can get Marius here in some action. I've never actually played a spellcaster before.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Sacrilege.
Don't get in melee range. That's my first tip.
Actually,
No, do the opposite.
Oh yeah, that's right.
for
I forgot
me,
from
I
early
have,
on.
I have 16 AC as a Draconic Bloodline Sorcerer, right? So
Ah,
That's the
plus
best.
shield, so I can have up to 21 AC off a reaction, which is pretty dope. And yeah, and I fucking tear it up and I just went full fire because I was red dragon background, so there's like some evil shit within me, and I figure, hey, might as well stick with the fire. But also the first time I ever get a feat for a character.
Really?
Yeah, I
Oh.
had a lot of firsts.
Yeah.
I went with Elemental Adept there, the one where you ignore resistance from for one damage type, and
Right.
you can treat any ones as a 2.
I play a fair amount of human characters. Like when I design characters, I usually start with them being human. It's actually kind of rare that I choose a different race.
Right.
So I'm so used to just playing human variant that at this point during character creation, if I'm not choosing a feat, it just like feels weird. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah. No, it's for me. It's the race that does that for me is half elf because I
Oh.
like being proficient in skills. I find like,
Oh, so useful.
and it's not even for me. It's not even the practicality in game. It's the fact that in my head, proficiency allows you to flesh out a character.
Yeah.
And if you don't have proficiencies, you can spin being good at something or say it's in your backstory, but you're not actually good at it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And half elf allows you to really, like Carrick, for instance. I had so many inspirations, but one of them was from a movie I saw, and I won't get into it, but
Yeah.
basically there were certain proficiencies that I had in mind for Carrick, and the only way that it was ever feasible was half elf. So I don't know, for me that's just, I've been drawn to it. Dark vision is always nice for me. I've never really liked having to manage light
Mhm.
in general. I just kind of like having it pro bono.
Right. Yeah,
Um,
that's fair. For me, I know what you mean, and I kind of wish that there was a system that Wizards had put out, although of course I could just make my own, but where you could substitute things for skills if need be, like maybe an attribute point or two in return for getting proficiency in a skill to like a limit or something. That'd be kind of nice.
well, you can get the feat skilled.
Right, so there's that. So if you're going to play human, at least you have that option if you want to go variant, or you can just wait much longer for
Can you
somebody
imagine
else.
a variant human already gets a skill?
Yeah.
It's skilled, which is I think 3 skills, and you get rogue, let's say, which is what, 3 or 4 skills, or 3 maybe.
You would have almost everything with
Yeah.
proficiency. Almost
And
everything.
then you subclass as a bard.
Yeah.
You have everything basically. at that point.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
That was annoying.
Hey! Your internet blew up?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It just like completely went out, and I heard you got my tag.
what? That wasn't me.
Bullshit.
Okay, it was me.
Sorts of crazy noises.
Alright, let me just get set up again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh great, now I'm getting a text. What the hell?
No, it's probably for me.
Is it
Text,
from
he just
you?
speaks weird.
Wait, did you send me a text or no?
Is your
Well, I
girlfriend
tried
still
to-
alive, by the way?
What?
You
Fine.
said she was in the hospital.
Oh,
No, Aldrin.
Oh no, she just got injured. She's
Oh,
good though. She's moving actually today.
Katawa
Or not
Shoujo.
today, but moving this weekend, I believe. Shoujo Japan.
Do you know what that
Great
is?
taste of Japan. What? I
Never
didn't even
mind.
hear you. I heard you say like Kojo or something like.
Fujo?
Katawa Shoujo. No, it's like a dating
Oh.
sim where you go after crippled chicks.
Wow, only a Lucian
Oh,
would
I-
fucking know that.
Oh, dude,
My
that's
God.
the tip of the iceberg.
I
Bullshit.
can imagine. I can't imagine, actually.
It was
but-
shown to me by an ex-girlfriend of mine, actually, so
Of course.
she's like, you should play this. I'm like, what the fuck? I want to see which one you get. I'm like, what?
Oh.
Ocean
No.
that has like
No!
one chick that has like an arrow going through her head. Like that goose that somehow lived with an arrow going through its head.
Wow.
It's a pretty badass goose.
You know about some weird shit.
You watched that too. There was like a goose with an arrow in its head, and it was just walking around.
I do not recall.
Oh, you
Oh,
do.
thank
You're
God,
just
the music that brings us back to the real world.
Hearsay.
Thank you.
making up shit.
So, you've been wandering off towards the forest here for a little bit, Aldrin, and as you continue on further ahead, you note something. There appears to be a figure further up ahead in the forest. It's not humanoid, it seems like a large animal, perhaps a steed or a donkey or something.
Ooh. I'll walk up to it.
Okay. As you get closer towards it, suddenly a blinding light comes flying out from it, and you see like streaks of radiant golden light that go beaming between the trees.
Aldrin's Caramel's alive.
Caramel's alive? Oh, your
No,
camel's alive.
no, go ahead.
Okay.
I was just...
I thought you said Aldrin's Caramel's alive.
That's the next name for the camel ones.
As your eyes adjust, you see what looks like a unicorn in front of you with a flowing mane and a incredibly
Holy shit.
light, sort of like glowing horn atop of his head.
I try and go up and like pet it, and then make it become my friend, and then ride it, or trot off into the sunset with it.
As you approach towards it, it turns towards you, and it speaks directly into your mind. Its horn
Oh,
almost
shit.
like glows brighter for a brief second as the voice comes through. It says, "Hello, Aldrin.
Hello?
Now, climb onto my back. You have places to be."
Okay. Aldrin hops up onto its back.
Okay. The steed takes off with incredible speed and starts to go in the opposite direction of where you were headed until eventually it pauses for a second. Its horn sort
Fucker.
of dims a little bit and it deposits you back at the ground here. And it says, "There, that's much better. Goodbye." And it turns off and gallops with a speed you could not possibly hope to match. You hear the footsteps fall.
Shadowfax, show them the meaning of haste.
You hear footsteps fall and little branches crackle here as you realize that nearby, Lotho and Marius have come back upon you here.
Son of a bitch.
Well, see, there he is. I told you he wouldn't get very far.
You.
Aldrin,
Um,
I expect it's pre-orgy, yes?
What? What are you talking about?
Perfect. Okay, that's good. We need to go back to town, actually.
No thanks.
Aldrin, I have a contract here. Signed. Come on.
Yeah, I signed it. I mean, that doesn't mean I have to go back. I'm a
Aldrin,
wanted man. You don't
I'm-
understand this.
I'm gonna look down at my hand and it's gonna start kind of shaking again. And I didn't describe this, but I have a kind of bracelet on there with a gem in the center. That's my source, if you want to call it that. So I kind of grasp it. and be like,
Do they make that for men?
Aldrin, I know threats don't really work against you, but please don't make me force you.
Force you to do what?
Bring you back to town.
Can't force me. I'm pretty sure I'd outpower you anyways.
I cast Hold Person on him. Heightened.
Ooh. And
Hold
I
person.
kick him in the shin.
Okay. I need from you a disadvantaged, what is it, a wisdom check?
Yes.
Disadvantaged wisdom check, please, Aldrin.
What
Needs
the
to be a
fuck is
14.
this shit?
A 6, okay. And? Roll again.
My wisdom is +2.
Well, roll again, because it could be. No, you get a
Okay.
6.
So, suddenly a magic seizes you. You see what looks like a brief hand gesture from Marius, and everything kind of stops. The trees around you and the breeze continues to flow, but your body is no longer within your own control, and you seize up, unable to move. You can
You've
barely
fallen
kind
into
of
my
move
trap.
your eyes around.
You've fallen into my trap. Now you have to
You
carry
can't
me.
even talk, homie. Or can he? I don't know.
You realize you're thinking these thoughts instead of saying them, and there's no sound to your voice.
God damn it.
I'm gonna walk up to him and be like,
Good luck carrying me.
look, Aldrin, I know you're strong. That's obvious. You have the armor, which is great. But don't underestimate me either. So we can bully each other all day, or we can make some money in town. Now, I can't hold you forever. I can do it for maybe a minute, maybe 2. But I figure, hey, whatever you need in life, we'll be able to get that money, like we agreed. Go into town, hit some shit, as you'd probably eloquently put it, and finish it off with a drink. And I'm gonna drop my whole person, but I'm gonna make sure there's at least 30 feet between us.
Okay. Aldrin, you have control of your body again. You feel the magic leave you after Morius gives you his speech.
Alright. Well, if we're doing this, let me change out my weapons. I'm going to put my battle axe away, and I'm going to draw my butter knife.
Okay. There's a butter knife in your hand.
Along with my shield.
And a shield. Okay.
I feel like this is going to be a bad idea, but yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Are you coming with me or
Or fighting him.
fighting? I have no idea.
I'll go with you for now, I guess. I'll just wait on the outside of the city. You just bring them out.
Oh no, you need to come in, Aldrin. Oh, I can say it in character too, but it's like, so we've disguised you, which should be good. We do need to get you into town though, so I can do what I can to make sure that you're quiet, or at least you seem like something else, and we'll get you in.
Well, if a guard looks at me funny, points out something, everybody dies.
Aldrin, think about the coin. And I'm gonna try
Everybody
to
dies.
just having read what I read, I'm gonna think that I know more about dwarves than are probably actually realistic, and just feeding off of the stereotype. I'm gonna try to cater to his greed for gold. And I'm just gonna do it again. Aldrin, remember, quiet a bit of coin, okay? So, let's go. Let's get you in. Forget the looks, ignore them. Think about the money, okay? And we'll go up. We'll kill a bunch of shit. You'll be covered in blood. Your beard will no longer smell like lavender, which unfortunately would be a curse on the entire world as we know it, but whatever. And you will go about your happy life.
Alright.
Okay.
Sure, why not?
Aldrin, thank you. I appreciate it. And I'm gonna look at Lotho, kind of cock an eyebrow, and start walking back to town. But I'm gonna really kind of like keep an eye out on Mr. Motherfucker behind me, because I've seen his rage. He should be a fucking barbarian at this point. And I've seen his temper, so I'm gonna try to make sure that I don't get fucking swiped in the back here.
Okay. Are there any interruptions as you wander up the road back to town?
Other than the fact that Aldrin searches for that asshole unicorn. We can kill it!
Interesting.
Kill it!
The unicorn is nowhere to be seen as you make your way up towards the town gates. And as you
I'll have its head.
As you three approach, the guard give you a brief look. Let's see how cunning your disguise is.
I actually would like to, maybe it's too late from
The
far
guard
away.
just
maybe
perception
spots it.
checked a natural 1, so you're good.
Ah, okay, it's all good.
Wow, this guy's a freaking idiot.
The striped shirt combined with the old what is it? bird's nest in the beard trick works every time, and soon you three are back into the town.
Nice.
Now, on the note, you had read about the job, and it had detailed an address at the bottom of it, the place where the job is, apparently. Are you headed straight there, or are you going back towards the center of town, or what's the plan?
Well, let me see here. That's yet for sorcerer. Do I regain my only sorcery points on a short rest, or do I get my spell slots on a short rest as well?
Spell slots are long rest for sorcerer. I know that much. I don't even know if sorcery points are short rest.
I think they are.
They might be. That would be dope. I should know this.
No, it's a long rest.
Okay,
It's
I
a
thought
long
so.
rest as well.
Because, like, I play a lot of sorcerer, and they're, like, the most
Dude.
underpowered thing ever.
Are they underpowered?
It's pretty bad, yeah.
That's unfortunate, because he seems pretty cool so far, but I haven't been in combat really, so...
The lowest amount of spells, plus the, like, a mediocre number of spell slots are the same as everybody else, plus everything only refreshes on a long rest. And the only thing that you get compared to other people is either the wild magic or the draconic thing, which is cool, I suppose, but not really all that good, I would argue. And then the other bit is the meta magic, which is, like, kind of cool, but yeah, they're underpowered. Like, if you're a wizard starting at level 1, you get like 8 spells or some jank. Sorcerer's got like 2.
I guess it's the difference between being, like, because I guess it depends on the DM. If you were really out to get me, you would fuck with my spell book. And unless I explicitly created copies and whatnot, even if I did create copies, like, I would have to travel to go get them and be useless in the meantime.
Yeah, and so that's what you're trading, is like, you always have your magic, unless you're in
But
like,
if
a
your
null
DM
magic
doesn't
field.
really ever target your spell book, then it's like you're
Totally.
completely shitting on sorcerers, right?
And you know me, I'm not a particularly difficult DM, so I'd never do that, but
Fuck you, man.
I've had that happen to one guy who lost his book. That was pretty tragic.
Oh yeah, you're fucked afterwards.
Well, you keep the spells that you had memorized, which in a wizard's case is like, at level 1 you probably have 4 memorized, which is still double the amount that a sorcerer has, so...
Well, no, you have 5 spells known at level 4.
There you go.
And 5 cantrips, which... whatever.
So yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, what's the plan as you guys get back into town? We have another half an hour left here. Let's see what you guys get up to.
I'm gonna look at Aldrin and Loth and be like, unfortunately my little speech did tax me a little bit. Apparently, the job up there is going to be, well, it might be brutal. So what I say is we go, we present ourselves, we get the job, we secure it, and then maybe we find a spot to rest for a little bit, just to get my spells back, and take it in force.
That's fine. I mean, I don't even know where we're going, so...
Right, so the contract you signed, completely sober and conscious
Oh yeah, why don't you let me take a look at that?
It's okay. I need to give it back anyways. But this essentially stipulates that you'll be getting 100 gold, which out of a 300 gold bounty, so sizable, of course. And
Can I
will
insight
be.
check that?
You certainly can. Make a deception check, please, Marius.
I'm sorry, Lotho. My deception is pretty high.
That's okay. You
Got a
pretty much
4.
beat me with a natural.
Oh,
a natural
23.
One. No, they're not even close. It's like 6.
Yeah, he's telling you the truth.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just nodding my head right along. Sweet.
So we go up. We'll kill whatever. Basically, it's a mansion that's been taken over, and the eccentric owners, I suppose you can call them, are looking specifically, and this is quite odd, for a dwarf, a human, and a halfling. So we need to go up there, present ourselves. The other groups I saw did not have this composition, so we should be okay. And we get the job. I rest for a little bit. Maybe we get some information on the enemies down below, because while I have a fount of information, I do need to make sure I'm well equipped. So we'll do that and then be on the way. Is it okay
Yes.
with you guys?
Sounds fine to me.
Aldrin?
Yeah.
Dave and sexually explorative warrior. Do you have any?
What
any
are you
suggestions?
talking about? Why do you keep on bringing up sexuality in this crap? What do you not prefer me to love women?
I start walking away.
I just tap Aldrin on the shoulder. Your women have beards. Come on. And I turn around.
My
and walk
women
away.
do not have beards. They have beautiful, long blonde hair. And beautiful.
And boyfriends that I have to kill.
That's true. This is very true.
As the three of you make your way through the night town, there's an ambient light which is cast upon all of you by lanterns that burn in street posts here and there. And I'd like all of you to roll perception, please.
24.
16.
Yeah. 9.
24, 9, and 16. Let's see here.
I don't get to add anything anymore.
Well, 6 to not be Carrick.
All of
I know,
you
right?
are looking around here, wandering through town, when Lotho, for a brief moment, you think that you hear something down an alleyway. And as you look over in that direction, it's already too late. Crossbow bolts are flying through the air towards the group. Everybody please roll initiative.
Woo!
Told you I shouldn't come back into this town.
Oh, I'm gonna be a fucking
Oh.
20!
Nice.
We got fucking homosex. I feel like I'm learning about sorcerer more and more. So in this homebrew world, we might be able to create a new little sorcerer class. One that doesn't suck ass,
Like,
right?
one that doesn't suck. Let's see.
I mean, so far I haven't seen any of the limitations. Having a twinned hold person sounds fucking badass.
Lotho, what is your AC?
It's 12.
Okay. And Aldrin's is 18, so you're fine. And
Mine is 16.
16. Okay. The shots fly between your group, and you see what looks like a set of roguish figures that step out from beyond the shadows of an alleyway. They have their hoods drawn over them, and they have in their hands a combination of daggers and crossbows. They're quickly upon the group. I'm gonna draw you in right now.
Oh, Marius is about to go ham, boys.
Crossing, man.
I don't have the spell points to twin though, unfortunately, because I fucking had to cast a heightened. Balls.
Well, that's your own fault.
It's actually your fault.
Uh,
No, it's my fault. It's 100% my fault.
Yep. Can't blame Aldrin for that one.
not even the
Can't blame
slightest bit
Aldrin
concerned
for
that it affects the
anything.
fight.
You're not concerned that it
We're
affects the fight?
fine. We're
No, I
fine.
I am.
Only-
I was just saying
Oh.
he's not.
Oh, right.
We're
Let's see
fine.
what
There's
they
only
get for
3 of
AC.
them.
Well, that's fun that he's there. Oh, they
Oh,
can't
God.
see us anymore.
Fell on top of us.
Somebody got a nat 20 for initiative, didn't they?
Yeah,
I did not.
Billy.
I don't think anyone did, no.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Thought Billy said.
Oh, that's probably Verth or something.
The enemies are first to go then.
Oh shit. Checked out its name.
One shot goes towards Lotho and misses. Another towards... Oh, okay. Morius, let's see. Does a 15 hit?
It does not.
Oh, that one
I
bounced
got
out.
that draconic resilience on me.
This is good. And then that one is a 15 to you, Aldrin. They set out another volley of shots, but they miss and then close distance with you, dropping their ranged weaponry behind them.
Wait. 15 damage to me, or?
No, to hit, so he missed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he missed.
The group is soon upon you, but you can
Holy
hear
shit.
further off down another alleyway behind you that you're not alone. And it's your turn, Aldrin. What do you want to do?
Go, Aldrin.
I'm gonna fuck this guy up
It's your
right
birthday. Not for real, but killing's okay.
here. Not for real, but killing's okay. Apparently not, according to these guards. Alright, how does a 23 sound?
23? 23 will
Yep.
hit.
And 10?
10. With a heavy swing, your axe embeds into the side of this man's torso, the sound of bone and organ displacing. By the time that you've pulled the blade back out, his body just like slinks off of the end of your axe here, and he is dead.
Well shit, why didn't I stay and fight those guys?
Because you were halfway dead.
I'll use some of my movement to get up right up on these guys.
Get up on this.
Okay, is that your turn?
Get up on that thing! Oh, yep, that's my turn.
Alright, it's your turn, Lotho.
Alright, seeing that one guy fall pretty easily, I'm gonna immediately turn into a big old brown bear
Okay,
right in the middle of this piece. And I'm gonna unleash fury.
okay.
Do they just fall to the ground, or do they turn into like poofs of like clouds?
What's that?
Actually, a good question.
When they die and when they fall over and shit, do they actually just like die and stay on the ground there?
No,
or
yeah,
do
yeah,
they
it's like
just
a
turn into,
proper
like,
corpse and everything.
poof clouds? All right.
No clouds.
It was all a dream.
14, or yeah, oh no, that's a 2, isn't it? Thought it was a 9, guess not.
It was a
On the
9.
bite?
I clicked it by
Was it?
accident.
Oh, okay. Alright, then it was 14 and a...
Aldrin just rolled a
18.
20 for you, so you gotta
Yeah, I
use
know,
that.
that's pretty sweet. Why don't you just do this? Oh, that's gay. That sucks. So yeah, 14 and 18.
And
We use the
18.
new phrase, that's so Aldrin, by the way.
That's so Aldrin.
Okay. Wow.
That's so awesome.
The 14 misses, but the other one will land. The 18.
Okay, the 18 is the claws. So...
Oh shit! Pulls out the big dick dice. Oh
That's
Oh,
8 damage.
those are some pretty small dick dice.
Okay. Your claw is enough to send this man reeling backwards, but he's not dead as he continues to take out his daggers, and it looks like he might be about to turn and run.
I will stand my ground, and that's my turn.
Okay. Maurice, what do you want to do?
no! Where did I hear more footsteps?
It sounds like from this alleyway back here.
Yeah, seeing, first of all, being super surprised that guy became a fucking bear. I'm gonna assume that they have it. I'm just gonna casually walk here and face the alley and see what's going on over here.
You see a group of 4 people running down the alleyway. They look like the others, though they're not prepared when you step around the corner, and their weapons aren't even at the ready yet.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to cast a Burning Hands at 2nd level.
2nd level.
Yeah.
What's the AC that they're running?
It is
Dexterity, I think.
It's a save actually, so
Mhm.
it's not a spell attack. So they have to beat a 14, and it is a dexterity save.
Okay, let's see here. Top one, he, let's see, passes, that one fails, and that one fails as well. So go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, so it's 46.
Oh, Jesus.
That was a fucked up roll. Can I re-roll that, or I can just take it? Never mind.
Well, we're doing a one-off. You can re-roll that. Throw it across the table. Don't use the roll function.
Yeah, okay. Kameha. Yay.
Gay.
I don't even care.
Almost the same.
I don't even care. So it's a 9. Do I add anything to that?
Probably not. With spells, you don't usually.
Okay, so it's just 9 fire damage. It ignores resistances because of my feet. Oh shit! Oh, I didn't roll any ones. Never mind. I forgot with my feet I can reroll ones, but
Okay,
me
let's
see.
see here.
it's only reroll ones, right? I can treat any one on a damage dice as 2, so it's not that, but okay.
All of the people here take burns, and you see that it looks like they're all almost near death, actually. One of them is doing okay, the one towards the top there, but the rest look like they're in bad shape, and some of their gear and clothing is like unrecognizable after your attack.
Okay, I will walk up to them, just like completely wreathed in fire, just pissed off, and I will, I don't need to prepare it, but I'm gonna prepare like a shield reaction basically when I get
Okay.
attacked.
So after that, these men come into attack here. Let's roll for morale over by the bear. Morale is high this time, it seems. There's an attack on you, Aldrin, and one on the bear. Both of the attacks miss as 2 daggers get swung in your direction, Aldrin. And towards the bear, does a 20 hit.
Oh, it does.
Okay. You take 4 points of damage as you are stabbed by one of these men.
Oh, it doesn't even phase me.
And then back over here, Carrick, you are mobbed by people. This man
Carrick?
goes or sorry, we're using the same thing. I see the name.
It's all good, dude. I'm just fucking with
Let's see.
you. These bitches ain't gonna hit shit.
Let's see.
They might though. They really.
They might hit shit. It's possible. What's your AC with the shield?
16 AC, and if I do get hit, I can choose to add 5 AC with a level 1 spell slot on a reaction, so it'd be 21.
So this first guy, he misses. Second
Perfect.
one, he misses. Oh no, sorry, that one's gonna hit with a 22.
Perfect. So I'll cast shield on him with my
Okay.
reaction.
So that still gets in, right? It was 21 that you buffed it to.
Yes, exactly.
So that's 1, and then this guy over here, he misses, and the one at the back, he misses as well. So a crossbow bolt is pushed away by this magical force, so too a set of daggers which are swung in your direction. However, a short sword seems to pierce the magical barrier and stabs into the side of your chest, dealing 8 points of damage. And after that, it's your turn, Aldrin.
Alright, let's see. So these 2 guys right here are still alive?
They are.
Alright, I'm going to attack it. This guy. They're holding weapons. Ooh, I can go for a disarming attack. I'm just gonna go for a regular attack. I
Dude,
think.
this is the playground where you get to practice shit.
Actually, yeah, you're right. Well, I'm not hitting.
It's a sick 4. A strong 4. A close 4. But
I'm gonna go die. No.
is that your turn?
Yeah. I can't do much of anything else. Prepare to dodge, I guess.
Well, you would need another action to do that. Are you gonna
Balls, you're
action
right.
surge?
Oh yeah, I forgot I had that. Yeah, I'll use my action surge and try to attack again.
Sure.
Does a 16.
16 does hit.
Alright. How does the disarming attack work again? I gotta read up on that.
A strength save, otherwise they dry. And if they
Oh, okay. Oh yeah,
If
that's
they-
right. If they don't get it.
if
then
they
they're-
don't succeed, then they drop their weapon.
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna go for a disarming attack.
Okay.
So that would make that a 7.
Do you add the damage of another D8 onto that? I'm not familiar with disarming strike right off the bat.
I got it
Uh,
right here. When you hit with a weapon, you expend 1 superiority die to attempt to disarm them. You add the superiority die to the attack's damage roll. The target must make a strength saving throw.
So roll that D8 again.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So that would be an 8,
So who are you hitting here?
5. This dude right here.
His maneuver DC is 8 plus his proficiency bonus plus his strength or dex modifier.
You do not only
Actually-
disarm this man, but you literally disarm him as your axe comes down and you watch as his limb flies through the air. He stares at the stump for a moment before going white in the face and just falling over into the streets.
Oh, damn. Get wrecked, kid.
Is that the turn?
Yep, that's my turn.
Lotho, you're up.
Alright. I'll unleash hell on the only surviving guy here.
Okay.
What was the flick thing? Was it F4 or to kind of
Oh,
drag
flick.
and fling them? Yeah.
The hotkey is... Yeah, it looks like F6.
F6. Oh, there we go.
Oh!
Take that, giant
Killed
fish.
the
Suck
man.
it. He's
Alright, so that's
outside, he's
12,
exposing
so that's
himself.
17 and 13.
Okay. The 13 doesn't hit, but the 17's good. Go ahead and
Okay,
roll
this time-
damage.
The bite is the one that attacks, so
I love Messenger when it doesn't want to send messages.
that is a 6 plus 4, so that's 10 damage.
This man looks heavily wounded, and for a brief moment, you think that he might just pass out then and there from your heavy swipe, your crushing bite. But he's still standing, and manages to actually wrestle himself from your jaws for a brief moment and take a step back. It looks like he doesn't want to be here for very long.
I'm just gonna kind of circle around a little bit to get him between Aldrin and myself.
Okay. And is that the turn?
It is.
Okay. All you, Maurice.
Maurice, he calls me.
Maurice,
You know that's what you were thinking.
With a kind of cackle and maniacal laugh, I'm gonna let out a what is it called again? A scorching ray on all 3 of these people. So it's 3 individual 2d6 rays
Mm-hmm.
per ray. My question before I do that, because I'm new to this, since these are spell attacks, are they at all disadvantage because they're near me?
Oh, yes. Yes, they are.
They would be, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
There is a feat you can get that stops that called, I think it's Warcaster. But if you don't have that, yes, being in close proximity because it's ranged, you do have disadvantage.
Okay. And the armor that these guys are wearing, is it metal or leather?
Leather, very very badly charred leather.
Okay. Fuck it. I'll try to disadvantage. I'll still do it. Scorching ray, because
Okay.
that's what Morius would do.
Time to roll some dice.
Yes. So I do that, and it's a +6 modifier. So I'll roll 3 d20s.
Well, no, that's at disadvantage. So roll 2, then 2, then 2.
Oh, okay.
So this first one,
Is a 15.
okay, 15 hits,
Second one is a 8.
miss.
And third one is a very high.
Oh, that definitely hits.
Okay, so I roll. Do I roll for each individual ray?
You roll the damage for each one. Yes.
Okay, so in that case, I roll 2d6 and a 2d6.
So the first guy gets 9, and the second one gets 8. Given how damaged they are, both of these people are incinerated, and 3 burning rays fly out, one of which misses its target and instead incinerates some brick, leaving like a charred hole in the side of a wall nearby, while the other 2 are reduced down to ash.
Sweet.
Hmm.
And in my head, I'll have a shield prepped for the next attack that I'm hit by.
Okay. After that, it's your opponent's turn, and this man right here, who is badly burned, turns to run, disengaging for a brief moment. He then goes off down the alleyway over here, and this one just dashes, turns a corner, and disappears. This man disengages as well and goes running off down over here. And you are no longer in combat.
Can we be?
You can continue to be in combat. Would you like to?
Marius is for sure gonna be chasing them down. I don't
Yeah,
know
I'm gonna
if you guys-
pursue.
Okay, for sure. So first up on the line there is Aldrin. Are you pursuing anybody?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'll go after
I'll
this
kill
guy
some
right here.
motherfuckers.
Sorry, I'm like, my eyes are starting to get a little heavy, so
That's
because
all
I
good.
was like leaning back, because I switched out the chair that I have.
Oh my god, really? So you have a functional one?
No,
don't
not
believe
really.
it.
It still wants to kill me, because I like this one like tips back and it goes back really far. By the way, I got a 10, so I doubt that hits.
10 misses. Is that your
Yep.
turn?
Yep.
Okay. After that, Lotho, what do you want to do?
Well, I'm also gonna run around this corner. Whoops, that's not what I intended.
Oh God. What was
I'm gonna pass out. Let's try that again. I'm still drunk from the
killed
night
the
before.
bear.
I'll move over here,
Okay.
and we're gonna try this again.
Sure. Make your attacks.
Whoops.
Let's see.
Let's see. That's a 21 and a 15.
Both of those will hit.
Ah. So, grab these. Give him a good flick. Okay. So, you want me to keep that 2 there up on the top or re-roll that?
Mhm.
Okay, so that is 7 plus 4. That's an 11 and a 7. So, 18 total.
Already heavily wounded from this bite, this man is struggling to get down the alleyway. There's a second where he places his hand to steady himself. He's already wounded and weakened. And as he's leaning against the brick here, you come around the corner to see Aldrin make a brief miss, and you run past him and swipe this man down. Your claw throws him to the ground, and as he hits the ground, your teeth come down, and with a satisfying crunch, he is no longer moving.
Alright, I'll let out a bellowing growl and then burn the last like 10 feet of my movement moving down this alley.
Okay. After that, it's your turn, Marius. What do you want to do?
I'm going
Marius.
to run down. So I'm going to move 16 feet first and attack him with a firebolt.
Sorry for my yawns.
It's all good.
Dude, it's all good, man. We know you're not doing it to do anything other than be tired.
Go ahead and
Alright.
make that attack there.
No,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
enjoying this.
That's a 14.
Ooh. 14 hits.
Oh, right. That's a 1d10. I don't think I've ever used a d10 before.
For any?
This guy, right?
Yes, it's a d10. Forgot you
Hey.
suffer from dice blindness.
Right. I really do. I don't know my polyhedrals at all.
There's people who like look at shapes and that just happens to them.
So that's 7 damage to fuckface.
He's the one that's burned and was struggling to get away. Your scorching ray had missed, but this ball of fire strikes him, and hitting him in the back, you see an explosion of what looks like burning pieces of cloth that fly off of his body to different
Viscera.
directions, and he falls to the ground.
Fuck you! And I'm
That should be your battle cry. Fuck you!
gonna... Fuck you! Fuck me! I'm gonna run the remainder of my movement, 14
Okay.
feet. And yeah, that ends my turn.
Alright. After that, you hear what sounds like a door opening, and then hurried footsteps into a building. And it's your turn, Aldrin. What do you want to do?
I am going to start walking down this way towards this guy.
Okay.
That's at 30. What does that say? Because I'm a little
18.
scrolled out too far. Alright, let me know when it hits
20,
25.
25.
No, you're good. You're right there.
Boom. Alright, and then I'll... Y'all just get ready to attack if he, comes over this way, but he opened up a door, so...
Okay. Botho, it's your turn.
Alright, I'll move the rest of the way down this alley. Whoops, right. That brings me there.
Okay.
And then I will look around for the guy that apparently is no longer there. And use my keen sense of smell to see if I can locate him.
Perception check, please.
Get advantage. That is as a bear. So that would be a 15.
15?
Yep.
You can smell the scent of this bandit. You've been fighting these men for some time, and it smells like one of them is beyond a doorway central here in the alleyway. It takes you a moment where you kind of move out your nose and realize that right past here must be the one.
Okay. That is all that I can do.
Okay. And how about you, Marius? What do you want to do?
Where the fuck did he go? He went through here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
not that you know that, but yes.
Well, I mean, I would have had kind of a line of sight on him. Like, I know he would not be able to go through here.
You know that he went into a door somewhere over here.
Right. So I'm going to move here and look at Lotho.
It seems like he's intent on this middle door.
This one here. So I'm going to take the rest. I'm going to take the rest of my movement and while I still have 5 feet left and try to open the door or like shoulder through it, I guess.
Ah. You go to open the door, and on the other side, you find that the door is not empty. Instead, you find what appears to be a magical-looking unicorn that has a bright, glowing, and shining horn there, and he turns towards you. And before you can say anything, you black out. And we'll end the session there.
Hooray!
That was fun.
Yo, it was fun stretching my
interesting.
sorcerer muscles, man.
You're Brad and Ragnar.
I would have went. I should have gone Agnazar's Scorcher though on that alley. That would have been fucking disgusting.
At level 2, so you're shooting like 4 beams or whatever?
No, Scorcher is a it's 5 feet wide, 30 feet long, 3d6 save or suck basically spell.
Oh, I see. Fuck! I just overwrote Tuesday's game with yours. God damn it!
Oh,
Every time!
God damn it. Well, they're gonna have to make new guys. Fuck! Jesus Christ.
Sorry, Tuesday. You guys get screwed.
I had 1 beer. I swear to fuck.
Beer, 16 shots.
God damn.
Oh shit!
I apologize,
Grilled
Tuesday group.
some rotisserie chicken. That's what did it. It was the rotisserie chicken.
They have like the most stuff here too that they're recording because they're like building a town right now.
Ooh,
Oh damn, that's fucking badass.
Yeah.
that's insane. I need
At
to
least you
watch
have the
this.
stream, or not the stream, but the video on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know what they have written on their cards though, that's the problem.
Well, that's on them to figure out.
Yeah, hopefully they have copies. Shit, fuck. Well, we'll get that sorted out next week.
Good
Not
luck,
our
guys.
problem, baby.
Down here, sorry. Today. No. Alright, well that ends the session there. Yeah, maybe back up the files, I'm aware. Thanks to all the players. It was a nice little ditty that we had there with our 4th man down. Thanks to the audience for tuning in. Always great to have you guys, and thanks to all the patrons, because without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do any of this. So we will see you next time. There's a final session coming up next week, or sorry, tomorrow, and after that, we'll see you later. So catch you.